I'm Kirk Williamson, coming to you from Tri-Cities Coliseum, where tonight the Tri-City Americans host the Spokane Chiefs. It's a sellout. It's the last regularly scheduled home game of the 1988-89 season. Tri-City Americans coming into this game still 3 points ahead of Seattle for the fourth and final playoff spot. If the Americans are able to stay 3 points ahead of Seattle tonight and tomorrow night in Victoria, it would mean that the game Sunday really doesn't mean much. And that's the way the Americans coaching staff would like to have it, because they don't want to have to go in and win in Seattle against the Thunderbirds in order to get into a playoff spot. If the Americans get into the playoffs and it comes out the way it is right now, the first opponent will be the Portland Winterhawks if they finish first. And that game would be on Thursday, the 23rd of March in Portland. 25th of March in Portland is the second date. We'll have the starting lineups and the face-off in 1 minute on this Cable 15 telecast. For tonight's game for the Spokane Chiefs, the visiting Spokane Chiefs defenseman number 4, John Clem, number 5, Scott Farrell. The center will be number 15, Rob Friesen. Left wing will be number 23, Mike Haas, and the right wing, Chris Rowland, number 12. For the Spokane Chiefs, in goal tonight, Sean Dietrich, young man they brought up from Kimberley, who's playing junior B hockey in British Columbia, a 16-year-old. So the Spokane Chiefs with a wealth of young talent in the game tonight. For the Tri-City Americans, the defenseman number 2, Rob Kraus, and number 3, Kelly Kutowicz. At center, number 15, Steve McNutt. Left wing, Greg Spenrath. Right wing, Greg Delcourt. And at center for the Americans, or at goal for the Americans, rather, number 33, Olaf Kolzig. Olaf, the goalie's been hot here of late. The young man from Victoria, BC, 15, 10, and 2 is his record. A 3.50 goals against average. And we'll be back with the opening face-off in 1 minute on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. And we are just about ready to get this game underway. Starting lineups for you very quickly: John Clem and Scott Farrell at the blue line for Spokane. The center, Rob Friesen. Left wing will be Chris Rowland. And the right wing, Mike Hawes for the Spokane Chiefs. In goal for the Chiefs tonight, a 16-year-old from Kimberly, BC, Sean Dietrich. For the Americans, Rob Krause and Kelly Kutowicz at the blue line. Center is Steve McNutt. Right wing, Greg Delcourt. Left wing, Greg Spenrath, Olaf Kolzig. And he has been hot in the net for the Americans tonight, coming off that 6-0 shutout of Portland last Wednesday.
This first period face-off sponsored by the Hockey Shop on Welshon Way in Richland. And now for all the excitement of Tri-City American hockey, here's the voice of the Americans, Kirk Williamson.
Dennis LaRue dropping the puck. It goes back into the Tri-City zone. Kutowicz with it, fires it up to center ice, cut off by the Chiefs and dumped back into the Spokane or Tri-City zone. Back for it is Krause. And a happy St. Patrick's Day to you as the Americans bring it up the left wing. Spenrath shoots a pass right side, and it's lost by McNutt. Back for it is Krause. Krause goes back to Kutowicz as the Americans try to break in. Kutowicz takes a cheap hit, high stick from Mike Hawes, and that'll send Mike Hawes to the sin bin right away as he draws the penalty. Number 23, the young man, a former Tri-City American from Prince George, British Columbia. Mike Hawes heading for the penalty box.
This will be the first power play opportunity for the Americans.
Try this, he broke his stick.
Yeah, it was a high sticking penalty. 2 minutes, he'll sit down. Power play opportunity number 1 for the Americans. They're scoring at a clip of about 21.8%. Against Portland, Kirk, they had a 12-game power play goal scoring streak snap. So they went 0 for 3 against Portland. Hopefully they can pick it right back up here.
Barnes against McNutt. On the face-off. Barnes in at center now, or against, rather, Friesen. Friesen wins the draw back to John Clem. Clem firing it in, right of the Tri-Cities net, goes to Olaf Kolzig. He leaves it for LeBrun, back behind the net. Sean LeBrun waits for Kennedy to wheel around, comes up the left wing. Tri-Cities power play. Barnes goes left to Spenrath. Spenrath breaks in, can't get a shot away. The Chiefs take it back behind the net. Around the right side comes Darcy Lowen. Lowen makes a nice move around Spenrath at the blue line, brings it up the right wing boards. Spenrath takes a good look at him, cuts him off, and the puck shot down behind the Tri-Cities net, and LeBrun will start it over again. Here comes LeBrun. Power play number 1 for the Americans. LeBrun cross ice right for Barnes. A little hard. Barnes couldn't handle it. Goes into the corner, and LeBrun puts a hit on Clem. Puck back to the blue line, and it goes back across the Tri-Cities blue line. Back left to Jakes now. Jakes, cross ice, goes to Kennedy. Kennedy brings it up the left wing. Shoots a pass to the blue line, stolen by the Chiefs, Travis Green. Travis Green shooting it back to Milan Dragicevic. Firing it back to center ice, and LeBrun there for the Americans. Has it stolen away, clean pick. Here comes Green by himself on Kolzig, shoots! Kolzig found him! And Kolzig comes up big on his first save of the game. Shoots a pass off to the left side, intended for McNutt. Fired back into the Tri-City zone. That was a clean breakaway for Travis Green, their best scorer, and Kolzig came up big. Here comes Barnes up the left wing. Barnes goes in around Dragicevic, takes him around behind the net. Barnes all the way out to the right wing now. Looks for LeBrun at the top of the slot. Cross ice pass for Delcourt. Delcourt at the left point now. Starts down to Barnes, drops it back to LeBrun. 18 seconds left in the power play. LeBrun left, Barnes. Barnes with it. Chiefs flip a stick out at the puck and don't get the call up front. Jakes shot wide of the net to the right side. Picked out of there quickly by Delcourt, and their shot blocked. And 4 seconds remain in the power play as the puck was blocked out of play by Frank Evans.
You know, I was watching Sean Dietrich right before the game as he was taking his warm-up shot. Sean Dietrich likes to use that stick quite a bit. Big kid down there, 16 years old. This is his first start ever as a goalie in the WHL.
Well, it's the first time I've looked at Kolzig and looked at the other goalie and not had Kolzig look like he was half again bigger.
And he likes to use that stick, Kirk, and what you'll see a lot tonight is when he takes those low shots that are shot on the ice, he likes to flip them with that right hand and likes to send them up. And the people in the S section, if you're up there tonight with a radio, beware, because he likes to put them up into the seats too.
Well, they're cleaning up a little bit of debris on the ice now as Hawes has 4 seconds left in the penalty. Mike Hawes just went after Kelly Kutowicz. Kutowicz backed away from him, and Hawes put the lumber to him. As simple as that. Face-off, right circle, Spokane zone. 4 seconds left in the power play, and then Hawes will step in. Barnes wins the draw, and we got a quick whistle with 1 second left. Try to do it all over again. No score early in the game. Kirk Williamson along with Tony Ott at Tri-Cities Coliseum. We'll be on the road this weekend. Victoria and Seattle, the final 2 games of the season. Puck goes right to Darcy Lowen. Lowen wheeling around in the slot. Starts up the left wing. Lowen with it. Steps up the left side. Goes cross ice, and it's knocked away by the Americans. They dump it into the corner. Haas lining up Kutowicz. Another big hit on Kutowicz by Haas, and the Chiefs have it. Now the puck stolen away from Friesen by Tri-Cities. Here's Duval at the Spokane or Tri-Cities blue line. Chiefs get it back. Go cross ice. Back it goes to John Clem. Clem with Rennie all over him. Gets it up the right wing now to Friesen. Friesen a big drive from the blue line, and Kolzig kicks it away. Rebound comes to Dirksen. He plays it back to center ice. Big hit on Dirksen, missed by Rob Friesen, and the puck is loose in the Tri-City zone. Now shot back out by the Chiefs. Dirksen there, and he dumps it in. Takes a shot in the back from Marco Fuster, and it's going to be one of those kind of games as McNutt levels Barlage behind the net, and we get a whistle.
Looks like the puck's been frozen.
Yeah, and a stick broken pieces all over the ice.
That's 3 sticks now I've seen break in the last minute and 2 minutes here. So lots of hard hitting going on down there. Very important game for the Americans tonight. What can happen? A little bit of scenario for you. The Americans win tonight, beat Spokane here with a combined loss from Seattle in Seattle against Portland.
They're out of it. That's done.
That's it. And the Americans have clinched the 4th and final playoff spot.
Which means that the games tomorrow night and Sunday night would be tune-up for the playoffs, and that's the way you'd kind of like to have that go down.
Exactly.
The Americans' first playoff action, if they play Portland, would be next Thursday. We'll see if we can get ticketing information for you a little bit later here. Those arrangements have been made. They just don't talk about it much until getting to playoffs. Kraus with a shot from the point, redirected up front, and it's blocked there by the Spokane goalie, Sean Dietrich.
You know, Kirk, another thing, too, is that Portland has not clinched yet. They can clinch tonight with a victory over Seattle, clinch the Western Division title.
Yeah, they only need 1 point. A win or a tie would do it. Face-off, won by the Chiefs. Barlage with it, shoots it in behind his own net. Goes to Dragicevic, and he takes a big hit along the boards as McNutt pops him hard. Now the Americans with it. They shoot it in from the right wing. Knocked loose there. Schustenka taking the shot. And the Chiefs try to bring it up. Schustenka cuts it off. Spokane has it. Here comes Rowland. Cross ice for Fuster. Marco Fuster, blue line, fires it in right side. Back down behind the net goes Rod Kraus. Fuster all over it. Kraus takes Fuster past the puck, and it's loose along the right wing boards. Picked out of there, or behind the net rather. Picked out of there by Whitney. Now McNutt has it. Sweeps the pass back to Schustenka, but nobody there for the Americans, and we get a penalty.
And it's looking like it may go against the Tri-City Americans.
Holding is the call as referee Dennis LaRue comes over to make the signal. It'll be against Delcourt. Greg Delcourt. And the Americans will have to kill off a penalty.
You know, Kirk, the penalty-killing team has really arisen to the occasion now, knowing that it's the last few games of the season. At a stretch there, the last 7 games, 5 games ago, they had a stretch, Kirk, of allowing 11 goals and 30 power play opportunities to the opposition. The last 2 games, though, they have shut down the opposition and held them to no goals on a power play.
It'll be Rennie against Travis Green. Top of the left circle, Tri-City zone. Face-off, won by the Chiefs, but it's fired into the Spokane zone. And the Spokane goalie comes back to play it. Boy, that was a bullet coming out of there. Now back behind the net goes LeBrun, trying to get on top of it. And the Americans will take it back at center ice. Shot back by the Americans by Jakes. Back into the Spokane zone. LeBrun all over the play as Spokane tries to bring it up the left wing. Now they get it up the left side. Green. Green takes a shot wide of the net right. As Kutowicz was all over him. Comes to the right point, Clem. Clem gets it in down low. Back up front now. It comes to Falloon. Pat Falloon goes to the left side for Green. Stripped away from him by Rennie. But Falloon jumps back on the puck, and we'll see if there's any luck for the Irish tonight. Patty Falloon, right side, Whitney. Whitney tries to shoot it in. Down goes Barlage as the Americans swept his skates right out from under him. Now it comes out right to LeBrun, and he rips one length of the ice into the Spokane zone. Minute 2 to go. Shift change Tri-Cities. Rick Fry goes in to try to break things up for the Spokane Chiefs as they wheel around behind the net. Comes out to the left side, Lowen. Darcy Lowen goes to the blue line, up the left wing. Steps around Dirksen, brings it in behind the net, tried to center. and he centers it right to Devin Dirksen. Dirksen with a little backhand shot, puts it back into the Spokane zone. Here's Scott Farrell with it, drops it off right side to Lowen. Lowen tries to get it around. Fry does to Farrell. Farrell, blue line, left side, into the left point, goes cross ice for Lowen. Almost jumped on by Fry. Lowen has it, a drive, and it's wide to the net. Kolzig puts it all the way around off the glass. Puck goes into the corner. Goes around left side, back up front to the right now. Mike Haas with it, and Haas tries to drop it back down. Kraus jumps in the middle of the play. Kraus has his skates dug out from under him by Lowen. Lowen right of the net, centering right up front, a shot, and it's partially deflected up front by Fry. Now the Americans have it, and they fire it back into the Chiefs, who actually went out of play into the crowd on its way toward the Chiefs zone.
14:05 remaining in this first period, 0-0 score. There's 2 seconds remaining on the Greg Delcourt penalty. Both teams will be at equal strength in just a moment.
Dennis LaRue was the referee last Wednesday night in Portland. Did an awfully good job. He called a real even game. He lets a lot of, he calls a playoff type game, calls a big league game.
Linesman,
not a little Mickey Mouse calls, that sort of thing.
Linesman tonight, Steve Murphy and Dwayne Benninger.
Face-off right circle. Tri-City zone, won by the Americans. Jakes slapping it back center ice, got to Delcourt as Delly stepped out, but he couldn't get the breakaway as Dragicevic saw him coming and tied him up. Puck goes into the corner. Kennedy goes in hard. Now Delcourt's in there, and the puck comes out right side, right of the Spokane net. John Clem. Clem losing it, almost does lose it to Sherstenka at the left point. Now it comes around to the right to Kennedy. Plays it down to Barnes. Barnes tied up there. Barnes taken down hard by Saharchuk. The Americans get a quick centering pass from Kennedy, and LeBrun just overskated it. Here comes the Chiefs left side. Fuster into the Tri-City zone. LeBrun belts Saharchuk, and the puck played around low behind the net. Here comes Sherstenka back behind the net to Jakes. Jakes brings it out, fires it back into center ice. Foot races on. Here goes LeBrun going in hard with Farrell, and they'll get the icing call as LeBrun didn't quite get to it first. We'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. Face-off left circle in the Tri-City zone, back behind the net to Kutowitz. Played back up the right wing to Delcourt. Delcourt cross ice left McNutt. Here comes McNutt with Spenrath and Delcourt. Back to Delcourt. He sweeps it across ice left side. Goes down into the left corner. Lowen jumps on the puck, starts it up, but Spenrath there to break up the play. Now they get it down low to Delcourt. Delcourt being hooked up by the Chiefs, and the puck comes loose to Spokane. Chiefs in red, up the right wing to Haas. Haas dumps it in left of the Tri-Cities net. Kolzig will steer it around, slap it around to Spenrath down the right side. Now here the Americans have it. Headman pass to Delcourt from McNutt. Delly just misplayed it at the blue line. McNutt dropping it into the Spokane zone, back behind the net. Farrell. Shift change quickly for Tri-Cities. And now Dirksen will chase it back into his own zone. Devin Dirksen with Kutowitz to start the breakout. Barlage back there to make it more difficult. Puck comes out to Kutowitz. He plays it right back to Dirksen. Devin Dirksen, right side now. Out to Kennedy. He flips it ahead. Tried to get it to Rennie. Knocked down by Spokane. Now here come the Americans. They try the left side. Duval. Murray Duval. Blue line. Duval right in the net. Duval! Backhand shot just across the slot. Rebound will come back out front. Kennedy to Kraus. Kraus's shot. Blocked by the Spokane goalie, Sean Dietrich.
Boy, Murray Duval was just doing a great move down there as he skated in right on Dietrich and was tripped up right at the last moment, and he hit the ice, and he did try to get a backhand away and went right in front of the slot there. Nobody there to tap it home for the Americans. It went by the boards. Another opportunity skated by, and it was a frozen puck by Dietrich. We'll go ahead and have a face-off to Dietrich's stick side.
Rennie against Kennedy and Duval on the face-off. No score in the game midway first period. Tri-Cities and Spokane. Dwayne Benninger to drop the puck. And the face-off won by the Chiefs. Farrell with it, back behind the net. Farrell plays it around the right wing, tried to get it to Rowland. Rowland popped there by Dirksen, and the puck goes back, or Sherstenka rather. Puck goes back in behind the Spokane net, and here comes Farrell. Scott Farrell going coast to coast with it at the Tri-Cities blue line. Farrell drops it off, and Duval there to steal it. Duval drops ice right. Kennedy, here comes TK, blue line. Right side for Rennie. Drops it into the corner. Rennie goes into the corner, taken down by Farrell. Kennedy with it, back up front. Krause, whoops! It went right under Krause's stick. But Duval hustles back, gets it low to Kennedy. Kennedy wheels in, jams it, shoots, block. Kennedy another shot, block. And the puck
penalty coming.
Left of the net, and the penalty coming up. Cross-checking will be the call. Pretty good flurry there, and the young man from Kimberley, BC, made a couple of pretty good saves for the Spokane Chiefs.
There'll be a penalty going against Marco Fuster, the big right winger, as he collects his 167th and 68th penalty minute of the season. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Power play opportunity for the Americans. Number 2. The Americans are 0 for 1 currently on the power play.
And the Spokane Chiefs also 0 for 1. Face-off, right circle.
The Chiefs kill about 69% of their penalties as the Americans try to tally for the first time on the power play. As we see the wave begin to form around the Coliseum, and tonight, Kirk, they've got a
sponsored wave.
Yes, it is. It's a sponsored wave. They have a bunch of yellow cards, and this is quite the sight to see. Look at that.
Oh, they really get it going, too. Face-off, right circle in the Spokane zone. The sponsor is KEPR TV, Channel 19. I wondered if that'll be on TV tonight. So.
Well, I got a card up here, Kirk. Next time it comes around, watch this. Here it comes. I'm going to do this.
Okay. Oh, mine went over there. Face-off, right circle. It'll be Barnes in the Spokane zone. It'll be Barnes against Lowen. Face-off, won by the Chiefs. Around behind the net, Evans. Evans brings it up the right wing, but LeBrun there to cut it off. Goes down low to Kennedy, or to Spenrath, rather. Spenrath to Barnes. Barnes behind the net. Stu Barnes looking things over. He'll start the play. Gets it right in front of the net. Almost went in. Another shot taken, went up against the glass. As Spenrath came racing in. Now Barnes with it in the left corner. Back up front to LeBrun. LeBrun starts it down the slot, redirected by Kennedy. A shot! Top shelf, blocked. And it comes back out to the blue line. LeBrun will have to race back after it. Boy, the Americans defensemen are really pinching in tight on the power play. As LeBrun brings it up the left wing, dumps it into the Spokane zone. He scores! LeBrun! Oh, it was misplayed by the goalie, and LeBrun got his 51st goal of the season.
John LeBrun was standing just inside the red line as he dumped that puck at about 80 feet. As it took a weird bounce off of Sean Dietrich's left pad, it bounced right back into the net. The Americans on a fluke goal. You'll take them any way you can get them. LeBrun gets his 51st of the season. The Americans take the lead 1-0 over the Spokane Chiefs.
Well, LeBrun is certainly not an Irish name on this St. Paddy's Day, but I say he must have found a leprechaun somewhere. Oh, my. LeBrun gets the first tally, a power play goal. Let's see if they hand out some assists here. Jake's getting the assist for the Americans. Face off center ice. Comes back to Milan Dragicevic for the Chiefs. Cross ice right to Pat Falloon. Falloon goes left to Haas. He knocks it down. Renning's there. And Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski shoots. And it goes wide of the net. Dragicevic back for it. Out to the right to Haas. Duval all over Haas. Puck loose, right of the net. They bring it back down low again to the Chiefs. Now up the right wing comes John Clem. Clem airs it into the Tri-City zone. Back for it is Rennie. Rennie wheels around in front of the net, brings it up. Rennie up the right wing. Has Duval going down with him as he dumps it in right of the Spokane net. Duval almost gets to the puck, can't. Has it knocked away by the Chiefs. Here come at the blue line, stolen away by Rennie. Rennie with it right at the blue line, but it's knocked away from him by Sexsmith. Sexsmith plays it ahead. Chiefs with it. Here comes Falloon. Falloon's drive wide of the net right. Rebound. Barledge in front of the net right. Shot! Blocked by Kolzig. Falloon with two great opportunities. The Americans have the puck. Kolzig making the great save. Back into the Tri-City zone. Kotowitz Kutowitz to Fry. Kolzig with the Americans' only shutout of the year. Fry dropping it back for Barnes. And the puck knocked away at the blue line, and we'll have a face-off. An offside call against the Americans.
You know, Kirk, when the Americans score first, they are 24-10 on the season. And that shot by Sean LeBrun, by the way, had some definite tones to another shot that he took against this same Spokane Chief club against Jeff Ferguson. Yep. When the Americans beat them 10-2 that night. The first time they ever came to the Tri-Cities Coliseum. About the same place, too.
Yeah. Barnes on the face-off against number 9, Ray Whitney. Whitney wins the draw. It goes back to Clem. Or Evans, rather. Frank Evans up the right side. Now goes left for Roland. Roland losing it to Fry along the right wing. Fry to LeBrun in the slot. LeBrun has to step away from the play as he's hit by Evans. Back up to LeBrun. LeBrun trying to hang on to it. Can't. Stolen away by Fuster. Fuster goes left now. Whitney. Whitney with the puck at the blue line. Into the right point. Ray Whitney. Whitney, a 16-year-old. Top of the circle, Roland. His shot. Or top of the slot, rather, and his shot by Roland and blocked by the Tri-City Americans. Lost back over the blue line for the Chiefs, and back for it is Farrell. Farrell back into his own zone. The Americans with 2 defenders on him, Barnes and Fry. They almost steal it away. Now the Chiefs get it back into the Tri-City zone, but Jakes will outrun Whitney for it. Jakes wheels around behind the net. Big hit on Jakes by Falloon, and it's shot up the left wing. There to knock it back in is Dragicevic. Kolzig will leave it behind the net for Steve Jakes. Jakes cross ice left for LeBrun. LeBrun leading Barnes, and it's knocked away by Spokane. Now back to LeBrun at center ice. He dumps it in and hits Dragicevic and goes into the corner. Dragicevic starts around beside the net. Gets it out to Haas up the right wing. Barnes working on Haas. Cross ice to the right side, stolen away by Spenrath. Nice play by Spenrath. Now Dragicevic for Spokane breaks up the play. Puck loose at the blue line. Stepping in with it is Lowen. Lowen wheeling around behind the net. Puck loose in the slot. Outlet pass Kolzig to McNutt, and we get a whistle. Interference will be the call.
And it's going against the Tri-City Americans. Kelly Kutowitz will take a chair for a couple minutes as this partisan crowd gives Mr. Dennis LaRue their opinion on that call.
12:09 the time of the penalty. It'll give Spokane their second power play of the night. 7:42 to go.
That goal by Sean LeBrun gave him 290 career points. He is 10 away from that magical milestone of 300 points.
Faceoff will come in the right circle, Tri-City zone. Spenrath against Rob Friesen. Now Spenrath goes out. In comes Delcourt to take the draw. Spokane wins the draw. Shot taken up front, smothered by Delcourt. Shot taken by Farrell. Delcourt smothered it and went back into the Spokane zone, but the Chiefs back for it. Now here comes Spokane up the left side of the slot. Coming up to the blue line, cross ice right. Goes there to Friesen. Friesen needs help to get at the blue line. He does. To Lowen. Lowen shot wide of the net right as Kolzig came out, took it all away from him. Puck shot in behind the Tri-Cities net. Haas has it. Haas plays it back up front to Lowen. Stripped away from Lowen. Here come the Americans. Delcourt make it to it. No. Can't outskate Farrell for it. They got Farrell hanging all the way back at center ice to make sure there aren't any breakaways. Now Haas, right side. Haas steps around a stick from Spenrath. Tries to wheel around and stuff it. Won't go, and Kolzig will cover it up. And Kolzig comes up big again for the Americans.
Spokane trying just about everything they can to try to squeeze one by Ole, the goalie, and try to tie this score up at 1. But you got to hand it to the penalty-killing team of the Tri-City Americans, as they're out there really doing a great job. And you got to hand it to one Mr. Greg Delcourt, as he has played Mr. Hustle on this ship, and he got a well-deserved rest right there. And Steve McNutt came on, and now Mr. McNutt is going back off the ice. We've got Kennedy, Scherstenka, Barnes, and we're waiting for Murray Duval.
And it'll be Kennedy on the face-off against Travis Green. 6:57 to go. First period, 1-0 Tri-Cities. Kennedy ties up with Green. Kennedy gets the thumb. Oh, hi, Stu.
Oh, gee.
Stu Barnes against Travis Green.
You think that was planned, Kurt?
No. Face-off left circle. Barnes shoots it back to the point. The Chiefs have it. Falloon, cross ice left, back to Falloon. Top of the slot. Falloon goes right now to Clem. Clem shoots it in, but it's redirected by the Americans. Kennedy kicked it out of the way. Now Duval with it. And the Chiefs take it away from him. Play it out to the right corner. Big hit there in the corner. As the Americans tie the Chiefs up. Now Spokane trying to dig it loose from Kennedy without much luck. Still scramble forward along the board. Kennedy finally knocks it loose. Chiefs have it up front. Big drive blocked by Colby. And the rebound slapped away. They go cross ice right to Sexsmith. His shot blocked up front by Duval. As Travis Green had his shot. Now Barnes will ice it into the Spokane zone. Spokane goalie had to take a little quick panic step there as the puck was right on net and shot pretty hard into the Spokane zone. 25 seconds remaining. And a two-line pass called against the Chiefs. Face-off will come in the Tri-City zone.
Kirk, the Chiefs aren't playing terrific hockey as of late, but they do have a significant role in these playoffs as far as the remaining part of the season. They can play the spoiler role. If for some reason, and I use a big term if for some reason the outcome does not come to the Americans' way tonight, the Chiefs play Seattle tomorrow night in Spokane. A lot of things could happen. It could come down to the final game, but we could end up cheering for the Chiefs tomorrow night. Very possible.
Good. Certainly not cheering for the Thunderbirds, that's for sure. Face-off, cross ice right to Frank Evans, up the right wing to Falloon now. As the Chiefs bring it out of their own zone, Sexsmith the drive, pulls it, makes the blocker save into the corner. Sexsmith rips it around behind the net to Pat Falloon. Falloon up the right wing, drops it down low now for the Chiefs to Travis Green. Green can't do anything with it. Pass knocked away by Rennie. They bring it back up to the point. Cross ice left to Clem. Clem shot blocked by Kolzik. Falloon chased it down in the corner. Power plays over. Now goes right onto the stick of Rennie. Rennie to Kutowitz off the left wing boards, and it's knocked away by the Chiefs. Shift change Tri-Cities. Puck shot back into the Tri-City zone. Dirksen will go back for it. Dirksen and Kraus at the blue line for Tri-Cities. Puck shot ahead into center ice for Spenrath and McNutt. McNutt dumping it into the Spokane zone. Dragicevic back for it. Big hit on Dragicevic by Delcourt. Puck stolen away, centered for McNutt, and he can't do anything with it, but Kraus can. Goes right between the legs of Delcourt, but it was blocked away by the goalie for Spokane, Sean Dietrich. Now the Chiefs steal it away. Here comes Saharchuk up the left wing. Cross ice left. Got it to Junker. Junker had it stolen away by Delcourt again. Back into the Spokane zone. Dragicevic with it. Goes to the left side to Barlage. And Barlage will dump it into the Tri-City zone. Back for it is Jakes. Jakes with Saharchuk all over him. Behind the net goes Jakes, and he brings it up to Spenrath. Spenrath plays it up the left wing to Dragicevic. His shot right in the net. Into the corner, Saharchuk. Puck kicked loose by the Americans. Comes all the way around to the right corner, and it's tied up there as Fuster goes in, and McNutt just leveled Marco Fuster. Fuster had McNutt lined up, I want to tell you what. Had McNutt in the crosshairs, the bead was drawn, and McNutt reached out and elbowed him right in the mouth.
You know, Kirk,
put him down.
As one of our inserts inside the programs they hand out, they have a little thing in the back section of your insert there, and it says from the dressing room, best and worst of 88-89. If you were to look all the way down, about second from the bottom, it says best hit, and it says any hit thrown by Steve McNutt.
You got it. I don't think Marco Fuster would argue with that one. 1-0 Tri-Cities, 4:29 to play, first period. Face off, right circle. Puck is down. Rennie draws it back in the corner. Kutowitz going behind the net. Has it tied up there, right behind the Tri-Cities net. 3 players in there. Now Duval goes in, takes a poke at it. And we finally get the whistle. That took a while to get a whistle there.
Boy, it took a calendar to make up a mind on that one. Hey, Kirk, you know, the Spokane Chiefs, they pretty much have written off this season. They are doing a little bit of sending the players out to try to build up some statistics. What's going on right now as far as some of these younger players getting a lot of ice time? A lot of young guys on that team.
Yep.
5 16-year-olds suited up tonight. They have 6 total on the team.
That's right. Face-off, won by the Americans in the Tri-City zone. Kutowitz with it. Kutowitz starts up the left wing. Needs help from Dirksen, but Dirksen can't find his stick. Comes up right side, Clem. Cross ice left. Shot taken out front by Farrell, and it's knocked away by the Americans. Now Duval gets on it. Duval with the puck. Cross ice feed for Rennie. Rennie takes it off the boards. Rennie with Kennedy. Dumping it into the Spokane zone, left of the net. Kennedy goes in hard with Clem. Kennedy goes down, but Duval is there. And Kennedy has the puck centered for Rennie. And Rennie couldn't quite play it. Now Dirksen takes a drive. Blocked up front by Spokane. Cross ice to Haas. Knocked away there by Rennie and shot back in by the Americans. Chiefs with the puck. They shovel it out. Duval stops it. Played at the blue line. Saved there by Rennie. Duval with the puck all the way across ice at the blue line. Shoots it down low for Troy Kennedy. Kennedy trying to get his stick on it. Kennedy taken down. They center it again. Here's the Americans. Jake shot! Scores! Jake! Jake! As the puck was shot right off the boards into the slot, as Jake knew where the trigger was.
It started all back behind the net as Troy Kennedy was being checked into the boards. He was able to scoot it off to number 23, Steve Rennie. Rennie was also checked back into the boards, but he saw Jakes in the middle as he headed it out towards the slot area. And Steve Jakes with that patented slap, that little flip shot that he's got, and he was able to keep it low and shoot it right between Sean Dietrich's legs in the 5-hole, as they call it, and the Americans take a 2-0 lead over the Spokane Chiefs. And by the way, that's Steve Jakes' 50th point of the season.
Rennie and Kennedy getting assists as the puck goes into the Spokane zone. 2-0 Tri-Cities. 3:10 to go in the first period. Here comes the Chiefs. Whitney up the left side. Whitney walks in, shoots! And Kolzig makes the save. Puck comes out to the right side. Boy, he shot that one point blank, and it was a 2-on-1. And the Americans shoot it out of play. Barnes trying to play it off the glass. It was a 2-on-1 for Spokane. And Kolzig looked Whitney right in the eye and dared him to shoot. And then just slapped it away.
That keeps Troy Kennedy's with that assist. He is now on a 14-game scoring streak. You know, the last time he went scoreless, Kirk, in points was against Spokane on February 18th. Hey, he has got 14 out of 32 games that he's played in, Troy Kennedy, of 2 points or more since joining the team on January 11th. 3 out of 8 games he's played against Spokane, although, have been held scoreless.
It's 2-0 Tri-Cities leading the Spokane Chiefs. We'll be checking on that Portland-Seattle score for you momentarily. Face-off, won by the Americans, played along the left wing. New player in the game for the Americans, Terry Degner. Degner dumping it in. He's wearing number 19. Degner, Robertson.
We got Krause. Oh, he's just.
Krause and Roland.
This is a 16-year-old taking on
Rod Krause, and Krause is doing his thing. Ooh, ouch. That hurts up here. Krause has hit Roland with everything but a truck. Oh, now Roland looks like he might have got one on Krause. He's got Krause's sleeve tied up, and they're still on their skates. Roland and Krause. Ooh, there was a haymaker that missed. And Krause just finally takes Roland to the ice. 2-0 Tri-Cities. And while they clean up the ice after that little battle, we'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio American hockey broadcast. Great. Get it with JJ. An early score from Seattle. They were about 20 minutes late getting started, and Seattle leading Portland 1-0. So that could be important. 5 minutes each for fighting Roland and Krause. And you hear the wave kind of whipping around the Tri-Cities Coliseum again. Face off, right circle. Shot back to center ice. Here come the Chiefs up the left wing. Sexsmith with it. Puts on a move and has it stripped away by Dirksen. Back up front, Degner steps around Dragicevic, shoots it back to center ice. Barnes almost getting to it. Barnes, LeBrun, and Terry Degner on the ice for the Americans now. Patrick Falloon gets it back in his own zone. Falloon gets around Barnes. Backhand pass to Clem. Clem up the left side now. Chiefs will try it, and they shoot it in the air. Dirksen is there. Finds LeBrun. LeBrun cross ice left for Barnes. Barnes to the blue line, and he's just offside.
That's a very important score up there in Seattle. Seattle leading Portland 1-0, and Kirk, they started 20 minutes later, so by the time that this game is finishing up, they ought to be just about in the middle of the third, or if the games go at it. But this has been a very quick first period.
Yeah, it has gone very quickly. We started a little bit late, too, but I think they're catching up. Which reminds me, in the second intermission, folks, if you'd like a chance to talk hockey with us, we'll put you on the post-game or on the intermission show from Tri-Cities Coliseum. You can give us a call. We'll give you the phone number in a couple of minutes during the second intermission tonight. Face-off back behind the Spokane net. Up the right wing now. It comes to Farrell. Farrell puts it on Lowen's stick. Lowen up the right wing to the blue line. Lowen into the right corner. Schustenka meets him there, takes him down. And the puck stolen away by Tri-Cities. McNutt up the left wing now to Spenrath. Minute and a half to play. Spenrath pass. Poked away, but there's Delcourt. Delhi to the blue line. Goes left. Tried to get it to McNutt. Can't do it. Chiefs have it. Played around behind the net. Goes down to Delcourt. He tried to center, and it's fallen on by Dietrich, who wants no part of having that puck loose in front of him.
Coming up in that first intermission tonight, we've got Calvin Nibbs. Calvin is taking a rest tonight.
And Sean LeBrun.
And Sean LeBrun. We have a interview with Sean LeBrun as well. Calvin is sitting out tonight, and we're going to sit here and talk with him in just about a minute and 21 seconds.
2-0 Tri-Cities in the first period. The score that we got just underway in Seattle had Seattle leading Portland 1-0. Face off right circle. Americans win it. Kennedy shoots it out to center ice, and Dirksen will have to wheel back to get it. Devin Dirksen back in his own zone, plays it up the right wing. Kennedy redirects it off the boards, has to hustle to get it. Now Haas steals it away. Haas left circle, and Rennie jumps all over him. Haas sweeps it toward the net, and it's blocked there by Kolzig. Back behind the net goes Kutowicz. 1 minute to play. Cutter headman pass for Kennedy. Kennedy takes the hit, but he gets it off to Rennie. Rennie, blue line, puts it on Duval's stick. Duval shot. Kicked away by Dietrich. Another shot right in the slot by Kennedy. Goes wide of the net. Back up front, Duval, as Kennedy was just buried up front. Up to the right, point a drive. Puck knocked away by the Spokane Chiefs. In the slot again, this time Fuster's there. And here come the Chiefs. Up the right side, Saharchuk. Dennis Saharchuk, cross ice left for Fuster. Fuster all by himself, left to Kolzig, shoots. Kolzig makes the save. Another great save by Ole the goalie.
As Fuster was coming in on Olaf Kolzig, he was able to straighten his act up and look at Olaf Kolzig straight on. And he was able to throw that shot right underneath his legs. Ole was there to corral it, put it underneath his legs, hold on to it. Frozen puck right off to the right side.
Second time in a row that, or second time in 2 games that Kolzig has stoned Fuster face to face. Face off, won by the Spokane Chiefs. Chiefs with it up top of the slotted shot. Blocked by Kolzig, and he'll steer it around behind the net. Brings it out to Kwiatkowski, but it goes a little hot on the dashboard. Nice play, hits the linesman. Dropped right in front of Kwiatkowski. Huey takes it into the Spokane zone. Taken off his feet by Clem. Back behind the net is Jake's racing in after it. 4 seconds to play. Puck frozen there. 3 seconds. We'll face it off. Spokane zone.
Americans leading 2-0. 3 seconds remain in this first period.
This is Stu Barnes' time. Let him take the face-off and the shot. Now Kolzig is coming off the ice, and on goes Spenrath.
Now
the Americans put an extra attacker on the ice.
Stu Barnes to Spenrath as he's heading towards the net.
Could be. Spenrath lines up left of the slot. It'll come in the right circle. Barnes has Spenrath and Kwiatkowski to look at on his left, LeBrun on the right. Now they're going to shift LeBrun to the left. There are some shooters out there, folks. 3 seconds on the clock. Face off right circle, Spokane zone. Now LeBrun moving around a little bit. Pat Falloon trying to figure out where he's going. As Barnes and Green get ready to face off, and Green gets a thumb. So in will come Dean Sexsmith. Sexsmith from Burton, Manitoba, 5th round pick of the New York Islanders. 20-year-old this year. Picked up in a trade from Regina. Face-off won by Barnes. No shot there as time runs out in the first period. The Americans just couldn't get it untied from down low. 2-0 Tri-Cities. End of the first. We'll be back with our intermission guest, Calvin Nibbs, on this Tri-Cities Radio American hockey broadcast.
The Americans 11-9, but the Americans lead after one period 2-0.
And Rob Krause and Chris Rowland, rather, come over to resume their positions in the penalty box for a little while longer. A 5-minute fighting major for each of them. On this, the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day, as we get ready for the face-off.
This second period face-off sponsored by Vacuum City, with 2 locations to serve you in Pasco and in Richland. Now Kirk Williamson.
On the face-off, it'll be Friesen against McNutt. Puck is down. McNutt slips it back to Dirksen. Dirksen cross ice to Kutowicz. He snaps a quick pass up into center ice, but is blocked by the Chiefs. Kolzig will have to play it as it goes beside the net. Now the puck shot up along the boards into the Tri-City zone, or Spokane zone. Back behind the net, Scott Farrell brings it out left wing to Lowen. Lowen has it stolen away by Spenrath. Back from Kutowitz to Spenrath into the Spokane zone. Back for it, Farrell. Farrell behind the net. Centers it right straight up front. Goes to Lowen. Here comes Lowen up the left wing. Lowen pulls up short. Lowen with the puck. Puts it right on the skate of Friesen. Now goes right to Haas. Haas takes it off the slot. Shoots it in and it's knocked away as Haas took it off the boards. Up the right wing, McNutt. McNutt looking left with Delcourt. McNutt shot wide of the net left. Rebound comes to Delcourt. Delly in the corner. Spenrath racing in after it. Puck's loose. Now Barnes trying to get to it. He does as he knocks Whitney away from it. Barnes brings it, knocked down by Haas. Shot taken wide of the net, right side by Scherstenka. Puck goes off in the corner. Back up front, Jakes. Jakes a drive. Kicked away. LeBron a drive. Couple of great saves there by Dietrich. Puck comes back up to Scherstenka. His shot blocked out front by Haas. Back for it is Jakes. Haas trying to sweep check Jakes. He does. Chiefs with it. Right side. Tri-City zone. Junker shoots it into the slot. Haas trying to get a shot away. Blocked by Jakes. Comes out left side, LeBron. LeBron cross ice right, Barnes. Barnes with it down the right wing. Barnes into the Tri-City Spokane. Shot by Fry is blocked as he raced in on top of the Spokane goalie Dietrich. Beautiful pass from Barnes. Puck shot back out front by Scherstenka. He steals it away, dumping it back into the Spokane zone. Back behind the net goes Frank Evans. Puck comes around behind the net. Barnes and LeBron. LeBron tried to center for Barnes. Barnes couldn't get to it. Chiefs bring it up the left side now. Junker. Junker with it. Going coast to coast. Has Whitney on his left. Junker steps in. Shoots. Kolzig makes the save. And Kutowitz clears it out. Cutter back behind the net. Brings it out left side for the Americans. LeBron. Headman pass for Barnes. Stolen away by the Chiefs. Evans. Dumping it back into the Tri-City zone. Now Jakes with it. Jakes plays it up the right wing now. Tried to get it to Barnes. Lost it there. And the Chiefs have it. Barledge left in there. Or Sexsmith, rather. His shot blocked by Kolzig. Chiefs go behind the net. And it's slapped out of there by Jakes. Back up to center ice. Barledge tried to get it into Falloon. He did. Falloon shot blocked by the Americans. Kutowitz with it. Back behind the net again. Kutowitz and Jakes. Left of the Tri-Cities net. Into the corner they go. Kennedy now working on Sexsmith. Puck shot into the slot. A drive up front. Smothered by Barnes. Barnes with Kennedy. Kennedy and LeBron up the left wing. Kennedy with it. As it's stolen away by the Chiefs. Shift change, Tri-Cities. Here comes Spokane. Falloon tried to headman it there to Green. Green couldn't handle it, and Kolzig will play it beside the net. Back to Dirksen. Dirksen up the right side to Kennedy. TK goes cross ice for Duval. Scherstenka has to play it. Now back to Dirksen. Up the right wing, Duval and Kennedy. And Kennedy has it up the right side. TK goes left to Rennie. Rennie give and go with Kennedy, but the puck's chopped loose by Spokane and shot the length of the ice. It'll be icing when Dirksen puts wood on it. And we'll be back with the score. Tri-Cities 2, Spokane nothing. We'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. Face-off right side in the Spokane zone. Puck shot ahead by the Chiefs as they win the draw. Friesen with it. Gets it ahead to Lowen. Lowen up the right side. Lowen wheels into the slot. Can't get his shot away as Dirksen and Duval strip it. Here come the Americans. Duval up the right wing. Duval blue line. Goes into the left point. Duval with it. Plays it into the slot. Knocked away by Spokane and shot back to neutral ice. It'll be icing if Dirksen gets there ahead of Lowen. But I think Lowen's going to get wood on it first. And the icing is washed out. Spokane in the slot. Shoots! Whitney, stone point blank by Kolzig. Kolzig came up big there. Now the Chiefs try to force one in, and Kolzig ties it up. As Kolzig is hot. Kolzig getting banged around by Haas and Lowen. Now Lowen takes a poke at Duval and Delcourt. Boy, Delly wants a piece of, or Kutowitz rather, wants a piece of Lowen. And Kolzig would like to have a chunk of Lowen too, I think. Boy, Kolzig dropped his helmet and started after Darcy Lowen. Well, I thought maybe Lowen was going to have a big problem.
And they're going to be sifting that through, and I believe that there's going to be a couple of penalties handed out, and it looks like Darcy Lowen's going to sit down for a couple. Also looks like, I would believe, is that Kelly Kutowitz and Devin Dirksen both are going. It's power play opportunity for the Spokane Chiefs.
Kudowitz and Dirksen going. I think all three for roughing. Let's see.
The linesman had to go back out and separate a few of the players. I see Delcourt, Duval, and I also see Steve Rennie out there. And they
penalty coming at 4:07 of the period. Waiting now for the referee to kind of sort everything out. Dennis LaRue will explain it to Delcourt and Fuster. And a 2-minute penalty on the board against number 9. Now the official score asking for LaRue to come over, or one of the linesmen. And at the 15:53 mark of the second period, 2-0 Tri-Cities. And the last score we had from Seattle had the Portland Winterhawks doing their thing on the Seattle Thunderbirds.
They lead up there 3-1 at the end of one.
Seattle might have goofed by scoring first.
Well, you know,
now the official score still needs some help from the referee, and I think we'll take a quick timeout on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans. Well, no, wait a minute. We'll stay here. The official score is still not able to get LaRue's attention, but I guess I have it straightened out. We've still not had an announcement on what all happened here. Looks like roughing, and roughing, but we have to wait and see.
Sounds like an attorney.
Dirksen, yeah. Dirksen with it, with the penalty showing on the board. Lord, Kudowitz, and Dirksen all going to the penalty box. It is a power play for the Spokane Chiefs. Chiefs bring it up the left wing. It goes to Clem. Clem around Spenrath, and a shot right back out by Rennie. Back into the Spokane zone. Chiefs will have to play it as Dietrich leaves it behind the net. Outlet pass from Falloon, knocked away, and Jake's there to slap it right back. Pat Falloon takes it in his own zone, and he'll bring it ahead. Up the right side now to Green. Travis Green, blue line. Green stepping around. Krause at the blue line, but Robertson ties him up. Now the Chiefs with it. Up at the right point. That's Farrell. Goes cross ice left. Pat Falloon. Falloon goes down low. Played off the boards to Green. And it comes right out to Robertson. Back up to Farrell. Farrell plays it down low to Green, and they get it across the blue line. Back to center ice. Pat Falloon with it. Shoots a pass across ice for Sexsmith, and Robertson pokes it away. Here come the Chiefs now. Up the right side. As Farrell puts on a little move to get across the blue line. Puck shot into the slot, and Jakes will get rid of it. Right up into the Spokane bench, and they'll face it off in the Tri-City zone.
You know, the Tri-City Americans, if they have the lead after one period of play, their record stands as this: 22 wins, 7 losses on the season.
You ever figure out the penalties?
No, they're getting that worked out right over here, Kirk. We'll have an announcement on that in just.
Power play's almost over, for heaven's sake. Still don't have an announcement. It is the third power play for the Chiefs, and so far, the Chiefs are scoreless. 2-0 Tri-Cities. Face off right circle. Spenrath against Rob Friesen. Now Spenrath gets the axe, and in comes Steve Rennie. Puck is down, and Jakes takes it into the right corner. Right up front, has a drive. Kolzig knocks it right back to him. Kolzig stole him again. Back to the blue line. Haas sniping away, and Kolzig takes 2 of them straight on. Now the puck shot back to center ice. Mike Haas with a very hard slap shot, and he had a chance to tee both of those up, and Kolzig took them both straight on. Now here come the Chiefs, straight up to the blue line. Haas and Dragicevic, former Tri-City Americans. Puck shot down low, goes to Friesen, around behind the net. Into the boards hard, up to the right side. Rennie with it. Rennie dropping it back to center ice. 1 second left. Dirksen's back on the ice. Spenrath steals it. Finds Dirksen streaking into the Spokane zone. Back behind the net. Haas and Dirksen fight for the puck. Haas brings out LeBron, and drive! He scores! And LeBron! LeBron! As the puck came around behind the net, Haas dribbled it out into the slot, which was real dumb, and LeBron was right there, teed it up, and I don't think Sean Dietrich had a chance.
Well, and you have to give an assist right there to Mr. Mike Haas from Spokane as he passed it right out to former teammate Sean LeBrun, and Sean LeBrun just one-timed that, and I mean slapped it, and I believe that was just a little black blur as it went back Sean Dietrich, and Sean LeBrun scored his second tally of the night. The Americans lead 3-0. What?
Well, they announced Terry Degner, but I don't think that was Sean LeBrun. That was Degner's goal. LeBrun goes over and talks to LaRue. LaRue's going to go over and talk to the linesman and get that straightened out. That was not Terry Degner making the score.
No, that was Sean LeBrun making that one. That's his 52nd tally of the season.
And Rennie and a Spokane Chief will be going to the penalty box, but I don't see any Spokane Chief going in there yet. At the 6:17 mark.
Well, I saw Rennie. I believe it was Rennie that tapped Mike Hawes on the top of the helmet to congratulate him for that nice pass to Sean LeBrun.
Yeah.
He kind of tapped him a little bit, and then I saw Hawes kind of retaliate, but I'm not sure if Hawes is the one that's going to be sent.
Well, they still didn't get it right, but they got it closer to right. Dirksen and Spenrath getting assists on that goal, even though Hawes had possession of it behind the net. Whatever. LeBrun from Dirksen and Spenrath. Rennie goes to the penalty box. I think Rennie is going to get a misconduct here is what I think, but we've not had an announcement yet. We're going to call Lowen and Company roughing, and roughing. And I don't know why Rennie's in the penalty box. Maybe he's tired. Back behind the net. Go the Spokane Chiefs. Dragicevic and LeBrun scramble for the puck. Now it's shot out right side. Out to the point, Fry. The Americans with 5 skaters on the ice. So Rennie must have a misconduct. Puck shot back into the Spokane zone.
We have a high sticking penalty coming up.
And I think Dogger's going to buy himself bought himself a 10-minute misconduct for whacking Hawes. It's the only thing I can figure out.
I think that's about the only thing I can see, too. But it looks like the Spokane Chiefs are sending in a player to the box, Chris Rowland, number 12, who got in that scrap with, let's see, was it Rob Krause? Rob Krause at the end of the first period. He's going to go ahead and take a chair here, and the Americans have a power play.
At the 6:37 mark. And it will be power play number 3 for the Americans. They're 1 for 2 so far on the night. Faceoff will come in the right circle. Chiefs remain 0 for 3 on power plays. Boy, LeBrun shot a laser beam past. Stand by.
Sticking at 6:37.
Well, let's see if we're going to get the rest of the announcement on Rennie. Nope. Suffice it to say that Rennie's in the penalty box, and the Americans are not a man short, and that means that Rennie got a misconduct for whacking Hawes. As they bring the puck up to center ice, do the Chiefs. Power play, Tri-Cities. Jakes with it, plays it to Spenrath, up the right wing boards. Now he drops back, starts up right up the center now. Spenrath goes to the left blue line. Drop back pass for LeBrun. LeBrun, left point. LeBrun with it, plays it to Jakes. Top of the slot, Jakes with it, a right-handed shot. Finds LeBrun, left-handed shot. He shoots it in for Kennedy. Right side, goes left to Barnes. Barnes in the slot, Spenrath, and he couldn't quite get it redirected. Back up front, Barnes. Good play there as Kennedy goes in front of the goalie. Dragicevic taking Kennedy down. Shot by Barnes, or by Jakes out front. Puck loose and covered up by the goalie, Dietrich. Boy, Sean Dietrich must think he's in a shooting gallery.
Well, I tell you what an assignment to come and take on Stu Barnes, Sean LeBrun, Troy Kennedy, and all the gangs. Steve Jakes, Rob Krause with that wrist shot of his. I mean, you get called up from the juniors to come up here to play in the WHL. You'd at least want to have some game where you can get some form of warm-up.
Well, yeah, you'd kind of think so, but
not against the Americans. You'll get peppered pretty good.
Sean Dietrich in goal tonight for Spokane. Actually, the youngster, with the exception of that one play on LeBrun, which I'm going to give an assist to a leprechaun on that one. Actually, he's played pretty steady. LeBrun with the puck on the faceoff, goes right to Jakes. Jakes in the right point, back to LeBrun, top of the slot. LeBrun drives it down. Rebound, Kennedy out in the slot. LeBrun jumps on it, goes left to Barnes. Barnes with the puck. Back up to LeBrun, almost knocked away by the Chiefs. They do, get it knocked loose. That's Falloon doing that work. Up the right wing now to Troy Kennedy. Kennedy, cross ice left. LeBrun, he dumps it into the right corner. Barnes chases after it. Barnes and Kennedy. Kennedy, big hit. Barnes with it. Spenrath in the slot. Knocked away by the Chiefs and back into center ice. Kolzig comes out to play it. Kolzig waves off everybody. Says, I'll get it out there. Gets to Barnes. Here comes Barnes, right wing. Pulls up short. Barnes with it. Barnes, top of the slot. Stu looking at a shot. Drives it in. Blocked there by Friesen way out front. Barnes and Friesen go to the boards and go down as the puck is frozen there.
You know, Stu has got a goal in last 7 games consecutively. He has scored a goal in 7 consecutive games. And he's trying to look
been on a bit of a tear here of late.
He's trying to look for his 59th. You know, you got to hand something to Stu Barnes. Stu Barnes had an opportunity the other night to collect his 59th goal, but instead he passed it off to his teammate Sean LeBrun. And Stu picked up his 81st assist on that, but that shows you the kind of player Stu Barnes is.
Well, and it was Brunner's 50th goal of the season, which made it even that much more important. Shot by Kraus from the right point. Blocked, and Kutowitz will chase it down low. Kutowitz back out front to McNutt. McNutt a drive! Redirected by Kwiatkowski, but blocked inside. Now Kraus goes down left to Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski looking into the slot. 3 seconds left. They go down low. Delcourt tries to get it. Kwiatkowski give and go. Blocked there on Kwiatkowski's shot. Puck shot back up into the slot. Here come the Chiefs. Friesen. Spokane back to full strength. Backhand pass stolen away by Delcourt. He's hooked and knocked, taken off the puck by Lowen. Chiefs bring it back up front, and we have a 2-line pass against Spokane. Face-off will come in the Chiefs zone. The Americans 1 for 3 on power plays. Spokane 0 for 3. Dennis LaRue calling another good, solid, steady game.
This is a good hockey game. It's a lot of action, up and down type action. Good goaltending. Right now, most of the action in this second period happens to be on Sean Dietrich, the youngster, 16-year-old. Again, his first game here tonight, and he's really kind of impressing me. He does have some weak spots, but with time, he's going to be a good goaltender, and he's looking for a position next year on the team for Spokane.
Well, he's got good size. He must be 6'1" or 2 and maybe 185 or 90 pounds. And the linesman goes down as Fry steals the puck in the faceoff. Fry starts in, is checked off the puck by Dragicevic. Puck goes into the corner, kick down low. Sexsmith with it. Puck's in the Spokane zone, left corner. Fry and Duval. Now Fry gets it loose. Fry gets hit by Dragicevic. They have it still tied up. Now Sexsmith digs it loose, but Duval pins him to the boards, and it comes around to the right side. Robertson gets on it. Robertson takes it around right of the net. Robertson all the way around behind the net. Looks for Fry in the slot. Right up to Duval, and Duval couldn't get his stick down. Puck out to center ice. I don't think Duval expected the pass. Fry did, and Robertson couldn't get it to Fry. Now give and go. Fry with Robertson. Left to Duval. Duval shot. Kicked away into the corner. Dragicevic goes in hard, and Robertson nails him. Now a shot taken right side. Penalty coming up against Spokane. As long as the Americans have the puck. Now LaRue makes the call as Kolzig in a hurry to get off the ice. But on the delayed penalty, but they'll tie it up and stop it right there.
I believe it's going to go against Mr. Milan Dragicevic. I believe he's going to be called for tripping against Murray Duval. It's 2 minutes for holding, and they are escorting Mr. Dragicevic. And yes, sirree, they ought to know Mr. Dragicevic, as the goon sign is held up right below us.
Yeah.
Mr. Dragicevic is the gentleman that put Calvin Nibbs out practicing his golf swing on the back of his back down there in the corner last time that the Spokane Chiefs came.
Well, the reason they hit him in the back of the back is he couldn't get to the front of his back.
That's
face-off, left circle, Spokane zone. And it will be the Americans' 4th power play as Dragicevic goes to have a seat. And on the face-off, it'll be Barnes against Darcy Lowen. Lowen, a 3rd-round pick to the Buffalo Sabres from Sylvan Lake, BC. Barnes expected to go high in the NHL entry draft this June. Draft will be held in Minneapolis. Face-off, back to LeBrun. LeBrun, cross-ice right for Jakes. Jakes misplayed it, and Junker has it for the Chiefs. Cross-ice right, looking for Lowen. Goes into the corner, but LeBrun will get there before Lowen. And Lowen can't control the puck. LeBrun with it. Up the right side to Barnes. Here comes Barnes. 3-on-3. Barnes pulling up short. Barnes looking in from the right circle. Barnes back up front. Jakes. Jakes left. LeBrun. Top of the slot. Back to Jakes. Barnes goes to his customary spot on the left side. LeBrun with a shot. Redirected. Rebound. Barnes has it. Tried to get it to Spinrath. Spinner shot blocked. Back up front. LeBrun. Minute and a half to go in the power play. This will keep young Dietrich busy. Jakes right side back to LeBrun. LeBrun goes left to Barnes. Kid, this is how you do a big-time power play. Right side, Spinrath. to Barnes in the slot. Loose puck knocked away, and the Chiefs able to ice it. Good defensive play by the Chiefs. Puck shot back into center ice. LeBrun back for it in his own zone. Slaps it off the board to Kennedy. Kennedy leaving it for Barnes. Barnes wheels around, gets a screen from Kennedy, comes up the right wing. Barnes with it. Pulls up short, plays it back to Jakes. Jakes starts in, takes a quick shot. Redirected by Kennedy, can't get to it. Delcourt takes it into the left corner. Delcourt with it, hands it back to Barnes. 39 seconds left in the power play. Barnes up front, LeBrun. Cross ice right, Jakes. Jakes goes right to Kennedy. Kennedy, cross ice to Barnes. Chiefs steal it back, but it goes right to Kennedy. Knocked down by the Chiefs again. Saharchuk getting it to Lohan, and Lohan will ice it. 24 seconds left to play as LeBrun goes back for it. He'll outrun Saharchuk up the right wing. Now here comes LeBrun, blue line. LeBrun, drop back pass for Barnes. Barnes around Saharchuk. Barnes shoots. Blocked. Nice play by the Spokane goalie. Back up front, Delcourt. Delcourt leaves it for Barnes on the right wing. Barnes drops it back to Delcourt. Shot into the blue line and offside. Just across the blue line.
During our second intermission, you Tri-City fans are going to be able to pick up that telephone and give us a call. And
that's right. You can get queued up if you want it right now. Dial us at 582-NEWS, 582-6397. We'd like to talk hockey with you. And we get a penalty here against Spokane. Marco Fuster. Bye, Marco. Fuster, well, he started for the sin bin, and he's going off the ice. I'm not sure what we're going to get here. The call came at the 11:46 mark. I think Fuster may be gone.
And Coach Gary Braun is standing right at the edge of the ice rink there on top of the boards. And he is standing there, and he's screaming at one of the linesmen. He's been a little animated down there, wouldn't you say, Kurt?
Yep, I think Fuster's gone. The linesman over there having a word with the official scorer. Well, Dwayne Benninger made the call, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to have happen here. Fuster goes over to the bench. Here it is.
So Fuster, a 10-minute misconduct at 11:46.
Tom Lathan, our public address announcer, as he lets us know exactly what's going on. Tom's done a terrific job this year, hasn't he?
He sure has. 2 seconds remaining in the penalty to Dragicevic. And again, if you'd like to join us in the second intermission, you can dial us up at 582-6397. We'll talk hockey on Tri-Cities Radio. Face-off back behind the Spokane net. Power play's over. Dragicevic back on the ice. Puck comes up and stolen away by McNutt. McNutt taking it down behind the net. Kwiatkowski and McNutt racing after it. Puck goes down behind the Spokane net. Kwiatkowski trying to jump on it. They can't. Chiefs ice it. Foot race into the Tri-City zone. Kutowicz back for it. Kutowicz is hooked. Boy, he's taken down big time by number 16, Travis Green. We're not going to get a whistle here as the Americans steal it back. Kwiatkowski, 3-on-3. Kwiatkowski right side for Duval. Now to McNutt. Backhand shot. Whack! And covered up by Sean Dietrich. McNutt wheeled around, took the backhand, and almost scored on Dietrich, who didn't know whether to jump, sit, or spin on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to hand it right there to number 24, Darren Kwiatkowski, and number 11, Murray Duval, as they headmanted that puck up the ice, and the big hustle from both those two guys was able to get that puck, and they shot that. Kwiatkowski shot it across the ice in front of the net. Duval was tied up. It went past Duval, and there was McNutt. He was tied up, but he was able to do that little spin move on his skate, turn right around with a backhand, throw it in on Dietrich, and Dietrich was just lucky enough to get there and watch that puck and cover it up. Great play by Steve McNutt.
Face-off, left circle, Spokane zone. Won by the Chiefs. Here they come up the left wing. Spokane with it. It is Farrell bringing the puck up, losing it there almost, gets it ahead now to Lohan. Lohan starts in, cross ice left, green shot kicked away by Kolzig. May have been deflected by Scherstenka. Puck along the left wing, back up front now. Shot taken, blocked inside by Evans. Evans from the right point. Kolzig came up with a save. Balloon starts behind the net. The Americans strip it away. Here comes Delcourt. Delcourt to the red line. Cross ice left for Robertson. Cross the blue line, and it's shot back out to center ice. Now Kraus dumping it in. Into the corner they go, and the Chiefs have it. They'll start up the left side. They go cross ice right now to Frank Evans. Frank Evans, Evans brings it right up the middle. Evans with Balloon behind him. Takes it all the way in. Evans tries to muscle a shot. Kolzig pokes it away, and the Americans knock it away. Right side they go. Chiefs with it. Balloon gets it into the slot to Saharchuk. Knocked away. Here comes Barnes. Barnes looking at LeBron, and he rips it the length of the ice, and LeBron couldn't get to the pass. And it will be icing in the Spokane zone. 6:32 to go, second period. 3-0 Tri-Cities. We'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast.
WrestleMania 5, where the mega powers explode. The World Wrestling Federation presents live Sunday afternoon, April 2nd, WrestleMania 5. Hulk Hogan challenges Macho Man Randy Savage for the WWF Championship.
What you gonna do, Macho Man, with the largest arms in the world, and Hulkamania destroys you?
See it live Sunday afternoon, April 2nd, 4 p.m. Eastern on pay-per-view. Contact your local cable system for details. Order now.
On the face-off, puck shot back center ice. Here comes Barnes with Fry. Barnes, Fry in the slot. He redirects it. It won't go. Puck back behind the Spokane net. This has been a racehorse hockey game the last couple of minutes. The Americans dig it loose again. Barnes loose in the slot. Barnes and LeBron trying to get it. They lose it to Green. Here comes Green up the right wing. Or Lowen, rather. Lowen, top of the right slot. Shoot! A shot taken by Dragicevic, blocked by Kolzig. The Americans trying to steal it away. They work it back. There's Whitney in the left circle. Whitney drops it off to Saharchuk. He has it tied up. Saharchuk with it. He goes down, picked out of there by Jakes. Jakes headman right to Barnes. Barnes up the right wing, looking at Jakes in the slot. Drops it back to LeBron. LeBron tried to play it down to Jakes. They get it to the right side of the net. Chiefs there to break up the play. Here comes Spokane up the left wing. Saharchuk. Cross ice right for Lowen. Darcy Lowen, but he faces Kwiatkowski. Drop back pass. Saharchuk shot. Blocked by Kolzig. Rebound comes right out in front to Duval. Duval left Barnes. Barnes up the left wing. 2-on-2. Barnes and Duval. Barnes stripped around his man. Barnes takes it in, shoots. It's a pipe. And up the right wing, Kwiatkowski plays it into the slot for Duval. Can't quite redirect it. Chiefs jump on it. Junker, and he shoots it back out to center ice. Dirksen a drive. Block, rebound. Barnes hits the pipe. Centers again. Buck loose in the slot. And covered up. No, Duval has it. Duval out to Dirksen. Dirksen shot blocked. Around behind the net, Clem, and he fires it back to center ice. I'll tell you what, that young Spokane goalie's had a lot of work. Icing when Dirksen touches it. And we'll be right back on this Tri-Cities Radio American hockey broadcast. For us. Back at the Tri-Cities Coliseum, Kirk Williamson along with Tony Ott. Puck in the right side, shot blocked. Spenrath shot blocked again. Haas has it. And he shoots at the length of the ice. It'll be icing again when Dirksen gets to it. Dirksen back behind the net, makes the ice, gets the icing call. 4:35 to go in the second period. 3-0 Tri-Cities. We'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. On the face-off, a quick shot hit the pipe in the Spokane zone, knocked away by the Americans, and they carry it all the way down the ice, and it's tied up along the boards.
Kirk, I have a update on that Portland-Seattle score. Portland 4, Seattle 1 in the second period. Portland 4, Seattle 1 in the second.
Well, Seattle able to get one in the net early, and the Thunderbirds obviously responding as you'd expect. And I don't imagine Spokane was, or Portland was a real bunch of happy campers going to Seattle.
No, they've lost 3 in a row. They have a chance to clinch the division tonight. They're going into Seattle knowing Seattle's all pumped up. When Portland wants to play hockey, they can play hockey.
Face-off, right circle. It is Terry Degner on the face-off for the Americans against number 16, Travis Green. Degner against Green. Puck shot out to the right side. Dragicevic has it. Cross ice left. Balloon. Balloon's drive. Kicked away by Kolzig. Puck tied up in the corner. Here come the Chiefs with it again. They try to center, and Scherstenka cuts it off. Rowland pins the puck to the boards along with Scherstenka. Now it comes out to Kutowitz. Right side, Kennedy. Troy Kennedy with it. Kennedy has Degner ahead of him. Kennedy cross ice left. Duval. Duval shoots. Around behind the net out to the left point. Puck stolen away by Duval. Duval into the slot. Blocked by Spokane. Clem with it. Here comes Clem. Brings it up, goes left. Intended for Green. Green has it swept away by Kutowitz. Now Kennedy wheels around again. Kennedy, Degner, and Duval. Kennedy, blue line offside. Just overskated it. He didn't get that little rubber biscuit to go quite as fast as he was going.
Well, I tell you what, the guys look like they're having a ball out there. They're really relaxed. They're loose. They're taking some good quality shots in there on Dietrich. They're making the young guy go to work tonight. And it shows in the way that these guys are skating. They're loose. Can you see how they feel?
Yeah.
It's really,
It's
really good. Confidence level sky high for the Americans.
Absolutely. Well, that shutout of Portland could not have possibly come at a better time for the Tri-City Americans. Barnes against Ray Whitney on the faceoff. 3:34 to go. Second period. Faceoff goes back to Dirksen. He dumps it in. It's on net. And kicked away by Dietrich. Back behind the net. Spokane with it. Barlage. Stolen away by LeBrun. LeBrun backhands it to Fry. But Spokane breaks up the play. Now they get it to Lowen. Lowen cross ice left. Overskated by Sexsmith. Jakes stops it. Dumps it in. Sexsmith lays a little lumber on Jakes. Puck back behind the net. Barlage hit hard as the Chiefs try to play it out. Now comes up the left wing. Saharchuk. Jakes' shot. Redirected up front. Evans wide of the net. Played back up the left wing again to Saharchuk. Backhand pass to Whitney. 2-on-2. Whitney with Lowen. Right side. Lowen starts in. Drop back pass. Broken up by the Americans. No. Whitney in the slot. Falls in the puck. Puck loose. Stolen out of there by LeBrun. Here comes Barnes and LeBrun with Fry. 3-on-2. Chiefs get back into play. Barnes tries to slap the shot. Won't go. Barnes, LeBrun with it. Put it right on Fry's stick. And Fry was tied up. Puck back to center ice. Dirksen with it. He'll try the right side. Shift change Tri-Cities. Delcourt's on. Delcourt and Spenrath come on. Off goes LeBrun. Jakes is on. Puck's loose right of the net. Spokane with it. The Americans tried to get it in. Now Spenrath skied for it, but comes down to Hawes. Here comes Hawes. Hawes blue line. Cranks up that big slap shot and cross cuts him off. And we get a whistle as Hawes takes it to the blue line.
You know, Hawes has been rated as having one of the hardest shots on the entire team. Him and Travis Green both. You know, as I mentioned earlier in one of the broadcasts, Mike Hawes, the former American, went to the Philadelphia Phillies training camp in 1986. He's a heck of a good baseball player.
Well, you look at the guy and he looks like a baseball player.
And he also holds the rookie record for Spokane with 24 goals. And right tonight, Pat Falloon, if he gets a couple of tallies, can tie that record. Pat Falloon, the rookie, has 22.
3-0 Tri-Cities leading the Spokane Chiefs. 2:11 to go in the second period. Puck shot up to center ice, stolen by Delcourt. Delcourt losing it there to Junker. McNutt strips Junker, and Schustanka has it back in his own zone. Plays it ahead up the right side to Spenrath, taken away by McNutt. McNutt blue line. McNutt goes to the left side, drops it down low for Delcourt. Delcourt into the corner for Spenrath. They center. McNutt shoots, and it's blocked just wide of the net. Back to McNutt. Underneath to Delcourt. Delcourt tried to force it out to Spenrath. Hit a Spokane stick, and Spenrath will have to chase it to the boards. Down low to McNutt and Delcourt. Chiefs poke at it. Schustanka trying to keep it back in. He does. Now McNutt with the puck. Tied up along the boards by Green. Or Friesen, rather. And a shot right side. Hawes cranks up a slap shot wide of the net left. Shift change Spokane. Up the right wing boards comes McNutt. Headman to Delcourt. And the puck taken into the Spokane zone. Delcourt goes down. Clem jumped right on his back. Here come the Chiefs. Chiefs losing it at center ice to Duval. Murray Duval drops it back now to Kutowitz. Kutowitz back in his own zone, smothered by Falloon. Falloon centers a shot, scored! Spokane, beautiful pass by Falloon, back out front to Travis Green, and Green drilled it before Kolzig had much chance to react.
Travis Green collecting his, let me take a look. Travis Green collects his 49th tally of the season. That is his 100th point of the year. That goal right there coming at the
1853 mark.
1853, thanks, Kurt. I'm trying to count backwards.
I'm just going to let you suffer there for a minute.
I'm looking, I'm going, hell
Face off at center ice. That was a pretty goal. They earned that one.
That was.
Face off right side for Spokane. They have the puck. No, I didn't really think Kolzig was going to have two shutouts in a row. I can say it now. As the puck slides in on Kolzig, he drops it off to Jakes. Out the right wing to Kennedy. Actually, I was beginning to wonder. Cross ice left for Duval. Duval right back to Kennedy. Up the right wing, Troy Kennedy. Kennedy right circle, drops it to Jakes. Jakes hit hard by Falloon. Back to Duval. Duval in the slot, knocked away by Spokane. Here come the Chiefs up the right side. Green with Balloon. Green's a drive, and he scored! Travis Green! Oh, my, what a shot by Green.
Travis Green took the puck over the blue line, was skating in, doing his thing, and took a blistering slap shot on the right-hand side and caught Olaf Kolzig as that puck just went whizzing right by Ole.
That was a laser beam.
That was a very hard shot. The Spokane Chiefs have now made this a hockey game. They have jumped back in it. They trailed the Americans by 1. The Americans still lead 3-2 with 28 seconds remaining in this second period.
Well, the Americans, I think, got out to an early lead and kind of expected that this was going to be a little all-skate here, and it hasn't turned out that way at all. A couple of quick goals by Green, and the Chiefs have the Americans right back looking down the gun barrel.
Well, you know, you better watch out with Travis Green. He's not a fast starter, but after his first 4 steps, he gets going, and when he takes off, he really did, and he just did it right there.
28 seconds to play in a period. 3-2 Tri-Cities. You can join us on the broadcast during the second intermission. Give us a call. We'll talk hockey at 582-6397. 582 News. Puck shot into the Tri-City zone. Kutowicz with it. Gets it ahead now to Jakes. Jakes cross ice left for LeBrun. Spokane Chiefs knock it down. Boy, the Chiefs are starting to fly. Blowing with it back in his own zone. Gets it to Falloon. Falloon up the right wing. 5 seconds to play. Cross ice left Green. Green overskates it. And time will run out with the puck on Rick Fry's stick. And at the end of 2, it's Tri-Cities 3, Spokane 2, and we'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. No. Oh, but I need to have it. That's great.
Are you there?
Okay. Face off, right circle, Spokane zone, Chiefs have it. They come up the left wing in a hurry. Here comes Spokane John Clem. Clem has it stolen away by Kraus. Kraus firing an outlet pass to McNutt. McNutt has to wheel back for it. McNutt steers it to Spinrath. Spokane gets it right back off the left wing. Chiefs having trouble getting to it. Now it's left along the boards. McNutt has it. McNutt takes it across the blue line. McNutt taken down hard. And the puck goes into the left corner. Around behind the Spokane net. Boy, McNutt was just jerked down at the blue line. And here come the Chiefs. They dump it into the Tri-City zone. Kolzig will leave it beside the net. Kolzig fires an outlet pass, whoops, right into the crowd. And that will result, besides in a knot on somebody's head, it will result in a
face-off.
Face-off and a penalty, I believe, on Ole the goalie.
But they may
delay. It's an automatic delay.
That's what they're going to do. And Ole is a little bit frustrated with himself, as you can see him down there. He's kind of doing a little bit of yelling and screaming. You know, the Americans, if they lead after 2, are 24-2. And here's a nice little interesting statistic. The Spokane Chiefs, if they trail after 2 periods of play, are 0-36.
Let's keep it that way. Face-off in the Tri-City zone. Power play for the Chiefs. Number 4. Steve McNutt will serve the penalty. 19:05 on the clock. 3-2 Tri-Cities. Face-off comes out, goes left side. Spokane shoots, and Kolzig covers up. Well, Pat Falloon took his best shot, and Kolzig took it straight on. Playoff tickets will go on sale starting Monday at 9 a.m. Season ticket holders will be able to confirm and purchase their seats Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. General public sales will begin on Thursday. Game dates have yet to be determined. Just for your information, up to Falloon now on the face-off. Goes left to Lowen, and he loses it as Rennie steps out on him. Now the puck shot loose. The Americans have it. Jakes fires it off the boards. Back into the Spokane zone. It'll be played there by the Spokane goalie, Dietrich. Around behind the net, brings it up the left wing. Here come the Chiefs. Lowen, cross ice right for Green. Green tries to get around Kutowitz, can't do it. And the Americans, LeBrun, firing it back into the Spokane zone one more time. This a delay penalty called against Kolzig. Here comes Falloon. Patty goes to the left side now to Green. Green into the left corner. Kraus gets the puck and shoots it around the boards. Comes up to Kutowitz. Kutowitz will work it into center ice. Back forward of the Chiefs. Darcy Lowen racing all over the ice. Lowen back behind the net. Here come the Spokane Chiefs up the left side. Right, it goes to Whitney. Whitney at the blue line. Puck slapped away. Out to Kutowitz. Kutowitz looking to head man to Spenrath. Spenrath does. Lays it off to Delcourt. His shot. Blocked. Another shot by Delcourt hits the side of the net. And the Chiefs have it. 43 seconds left in the penalty. Here come the Chiefs up the right wing. Whitney. Whitney to the blue line. Steps across in front of Junker and has it stripped away by Dirksen. Back to Rennie, and Rennie will fire it back again for the Americans. Backboard is Farrell. Farrell has it stolen away by Rennie. Rennie with the puck. Spokane zone. Rennie dropping it back into center ice for Dirksen. Cross ice left to Kraus. Kraus there. Fires it up to Kennedy. Troy Kennedy controlling the puck. Plays it back now to Kraus. And Kraus rips one the length of the ice into the Spokane zone. 8 seconds left in the power play. Up the right wing come the Chiefs. Dragicevic, cross ice left. Goes to Saharchuk. Penalty's over. McNutt steps on the ice. Saharchuk gets around him. Shot taken. Kolzig gloves it up onto the glass. Barnes slaps it ahead to McNutt. McNutt leads LeBron. Here comes LeBron. 1-on-2. Beats Dragicevic. LeBron shoots. Blocked. Close drive. Smothered up front by Saharchuk. Chiefs shoot it back to center ice. It'll be icing when Dirksen puts his stick on it. Backboard is Dirksen, and we'll take timeout on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. Face-off in the Spokane zone. Puck shot into center ice. Backboard is Scherstanka. Portland now with a 4-2 lead over Seattle in that game at the end of 2. Puck comes up the left wing. Scherstanka finds LeBrun. Goes right by him. Into the Spokane zone. Fry racing after it. Puck shot around to the right wing. Jakes with it. Jakes plays it down low to Barnes. Barnes tried to center for LeBron. Chiefs break it up. Comes around to the right wing. Falloon with it. Pat Falloon. Knocked off the play by LeBron. But Falloon gets back up, but Barnes steals the puck away. Goes behind the Spokane net. Barnes with it. Sweeps it around to LeBron. LeBron right circle. Looking into the slot. Fry shoots! Just wide of the net. Barnes has it. Barnes tried to jam it. Won't go. And it comes back out to Green. Green skies it back to center ice, and Jakes there to slap it back. Jakes takes a pretty good hit. Now the Chiefs shoot at the length of the ice. Goes by the slot and comes out to Kutowitz. Cutter overskated it. Shot taken, empty net. Blocked as Kolzig came out of the net. But Kutowitz there. Chiefs missing. That was Friesen. Missing point blank. Puck back to center ice. Chiefs had a chance to tie it right there and couldn't get it done. LeBrun chopping the puck loose at center ice. Now Haas to the blue line. Haas goes right side. Friesen starts in. Shoots backhand. Blocked by Kolzig. Puck goes into the right corner. Puck tied up along the right corner. In the Tri-City zone, and we'll get a puck frozen there. Oh, my, oh, my. Well, what could happen tonight if the Americans win, if Portland wins? Both teams will clinch playoff spots. And playoff tickets will go on sale in the Coliseum Monday morning at 9 a.m. Season ticket holders will have a chance Monday and Tuesday. General public sales will begin on Thursday. Face-off right circle, Spokane zone, or Tri-City zone, rather. It'll be Rennie. Face-off up front, shot blocked by Kolzig. Another shot blocked. Scored! Haas sniping right in the slot. And he gets the rebound, blows it right by Kolzig. And the former Tri-City American lights the red lamp.
Well, as you saw at the end of the second period, Travis Green getting the Spokane Chiefs started. It took them about 2 periods to do it, but they came out of the locker room excited, and they showed it. They've gone now about 4 minutes and 54 seconds into this third period, but they've tied it up. The Spokane Chiefs and the Tri-City Americans are deadlocked at 3 with 15:06 remaining in this third period.
Pause from, not sure who gets the assist, as the puck shot back into the Spokane zone. Up the left side comes Clem. Clem has it knocked away. Into the Tri-City zone. Kolzig steers it behind the net. Krause outlet for Duval. Cross ice right. Rennie with Kennedy. Rennie shot, a big drive. Rebound out in the slot, and the Chiefs slap it away. Backboard is Dirksen. Up the left wing, Duval has it. Murray Duval. Backhand pass to Kennedy. TK on the right side, dumping it into the Spokane zone. Backboard is Barledge, around behind the net. Duval lining Barledge up. Barledge steps away, puck goes around to the right corner. Now Lowen pokes it around to Barledge. Barledge got an assist on the play. Now here's Haas. Haas brings it up the right wing. Haas shoots long distance. Kolzig makes the save, and it's chopped away by the Americans. Puck's loose at center ice. Here comes Delcourt, putting it on McNutt's stick. McNutt dumping it into the right corner. Into the corner goes Delcourt and McNutt. Puck comes around behind the Spokane net. Here come the Chiefs. Evans up the right side. Puck knocked away. McNutt gets on it. Loses it. Oh, here comes Whitney. Whitney straight down the slot. Whitney cross ice right for Fuster. Puck tied up by the Americans as they got back quickly. Another shot taken wide of the net left is Rowland. Wheeled and shot. Comes around to the right side. Back up front to Evans. Evans right circle. Shoots it down low to Rowland. Krause goes behind the net to get it. Outlet pass Krause to Fry. Fry left McNutt. Here comes McNutt with Rick Fry. Fry across the blue line. Fry wheels in, shoots, and it's blocked up front by the Chiefs. Comes out to McNutt. McNutt back to Scherstank at the point. Danny shot in the air, in the slot. McNutt gets on it. McNutt plays it down low. Fry's tied up by Fuster. Now Fry goes in hard with Evans behind the net. Fuster laying a hit on Fry, and the puck throws in there. 13-10 to play.
So I tell you what, the momentum has definitely switched here. In the last 2 minutes of the second period to right now into the third, it is all Spokane. The Tri-City Americans have got to get their little thing going here, their motors running, because they know that Spokane now has tied this score at 3, and they will do just about anything to put another one past Olaf Kolzig. The Americans need to start peppering Mr. Sean Dietrich down there, just like they did at the first period and the beginning of the second period, Kirk.
Face-off, right circle, in the Spokane zone. Barnes against Travis Green. Last time these two teams played, the Chiefs made a 4-4 tie out of it. It is a 3-3 game right now. Barnes, and it was a last-minute shot that did it. Barnes against Green. On the face-off, puck is down. Green wins it. Back to Farrell, behind the net. Scott Farrell starts up the left wing. Fires it back to center ice. Scherstanka will run it down. Scherstanka back in his own zone. Goes behind the net. Pulls up short and lets Green miss him. And Green almost blew himself out into another time zone. What a hit by Green, but there was nothing there but boards. Here comes Scherstanka. Cross-ice pass for Barnes. Barnes losing it there, but Clem can't handle it. And back to the blue line. Jakes with it as the Chiefs wheel it back up ice right side. Wheeling in on Kolzig is Farrell, but Scherstanka takes him out of the play. Now Fry has the puck, and it's shot back into the slot. Barnes has to get rid of it. Back to center ice. Chiefs will try to break it in again. Dragicevic puts it on the stick of Friesen. Friesen to the blue line. Fires left. Blocked by Kennedy. Kennedy fans at it. Friesen. Now the puck shot across the ice again, and Kennedy will get it. Kennedy up the left wing now to Barnes. Barnes to LeBrun, stolen by Dragicevic. And Dragicevic reels around, takes a look, finds Lowen, right side Lowen, puts it right on the stick of Friesen. Friesen at the blue line. Shoots it in left of the Tri-Cities net. Kolzig there. Plays it out to Kennedy. Big hit on Kennedy, but Jakes is there. Jakes trying to get it to Barnes. Stolen by Lowen. Lowen wheels around in the slot. Backhand pass to Dragicevic. Barnes all over him. Dragicevic with it. He fires it ahead. Picked up by the Americans. Dirksen with it now. Dirksen back in his own zone. Cross ice left cross. Plays it off the boards to Duval. Duval's pass smothered by Evans. Shot back into the Tri-City zone. The Americans having a little trouble breaking it out here as Dirksen around behind the net, right to Kennedy. Kennedy right wing. Headman pass for Rennie. Rennie blue line. Takes it across with the Chiefs there to stand him up at the blue line. Now the pass to Rowland. Cross ice pass for Whitney. Stolen away from him by Kennedy. Kennedy to Duval with Rennie. Duval to the blue line. Murray Duval has Kennedy in the slot. Shoots it across, and Kennedy is upended. Puck shot into the slot, into the right corner now. Duval goes in after it. Puts it on Kennedy's stick. Boy, Kennedy was dumped big time. Cross with it. Cross the shot. Backhand by Rennie. Blocked by the goalie, Sean Dietrich. Big play there, but boy, did Kennedy get dumped.
Kennedy got dumped right in the slot as he was trying to get in to get a centered pass, and he found himself flat on his face as he was sliding across the ice. And they seem to have forgot that whistle there. I think they had it in their pocket. They were digging, I thought, Kirk, but...
May have been. 10:52 to go, third period. Tri-Cities and Spokane tied at 3. Last word we had Portland leading Seattle 4-2 after 2.
You know, Kirk, you say that the game was tied 4-4 the last time they played. Guess who scored the game-tying goal?
Green.
Haas.
That's right, he did. Face-off. Won by the Chiefs in their own zone. Bartlett behind the net. Outlet pass comes ahead to Sexsmith. The Americans quick. Kowski jumps in the middle of it. Breaks up the play. Up the left wing now comes Clem. For Spokane, and they fire at the length of the ice. Kolzig will watch it go by. Krause will get the icing call. 10:34 to go. Tied at 3. We'll be back on the Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. Face-off, right circle, Spokane zone. Kwiatkowski lines up with Green, and Green gets the thumb. Now Sexsmith steps in to take the draw. Spokane wins it. Around behind the net, Clem brings it up the left side. John Clem going coast to coast, but McNutt there to steal it away. McNutt for the Americans. Takes it up the right side. McNutt a drive. Just wide of the net is redirected out front. Barlage jumps on the puck. Up the right side now Spenrath fields. Spenrath shoots. Wide of the net right. And it's shot back out by Spokane. No, it hit Falloon's skate. Centered again. And it's shot back to the blue line. Cross knocks it down. Falloon jumps on it. Falloon up the right wing. And he's taken off the play by Krause. Cross ice right. McNutt to Kutowicz. Kutowicz across the blue line. Dumping it in. Left of the net. Kwiatkowski races after it. He takes a hit, and Dragicevic has the puck. Shoots it back along the boards. Knocked loose by the Chiefs. Back into the Tri-City zone. It won't be icing as Jakes goes back behind the net for it. Jakes slaps it around. Quick pass for LeBrun. LeBrun couldn't get to it. Dragicevic cuts it off for Spokane. Cross ice right. Chiefs, Dragicevic. Bad pass intended there for Friesen. And it will be icing that time when Jakes puts his stick on the puck and will bring it back the length of the ice for the face-off on the icing call. Here's a reminder, folks. Playoff tickets will go on sale starting Monday at 9 a.m. Season ticket holders, rather, be able to confirm their and purchase their seats Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Sales to the general public will begin Thursday. Game dates yet to be determined. Box office number here at the Coliseum, 783-9999. Face-off, left circle, Spokane zone. Barnes. And Barnes gets chased. Now in comes LeBrun to face off against Friesen. And again, a bad drop, and we'll try it again. Now it will be Barnes to step in. Nope. Barnes is going to go over and have a word with the referee. He'd like to go back in there to take the face-off against Friesen. He says, hey, it's a new face-off. Now it's a bad drop. I don't think that one's going to fly. Maybe it will. Barnes comes out to talk with the linesman. Barnes has now talked to the referee and both linesmen. without a whole lot of help. And it will be Kennedy on the face-off. Kennedy against Friesen. Kennedy wins it, shoots it toward the net. Barnes can't get to it. And the Chiefs shoot it around the right wing. Shot back in the slot. Kennedy, backhand shot blocked. Up front by Dragicevic, and it'll be iced by the Chiefs. No, it's on goal. Kolzig will have to play it. Kolzig lays it off to Scherstenka. No icing if it goes into the goalie crease. Scherstenka fires it up the left wing to LeBrun. LeBrun, cross ice right. Here comes Barnes up the right wing. Barnes with the puck. Drops it back for Kennedy. Gets it right back. Give and go to Barnes. Chiefs there to slap it back out. No, cut off by Kennedy. Kennedy left. LeBrun. LeBrun has to take it off the boards. LeBrun shot blocked. Nice play by the goalie again, Dietrich. And we got a whistle as number 5, Farrell, is upended.
And Farrell will go sit down for a couple minutes. It will be a cross-check against Stu Barnes. He was cross-checked, and it looks like Farrell, excuse me, Scott Farrell. And no, we've got Kennedy going, both of them, a high stick to Troy Kennedy. And Farrell looks like he'll go in for a cross-check.
Yep, Farrell for cross-checking. Kennedy for high stick. So that won't change the number of players on the ice. You know, those are only the second and third penalties of the period, coming at the 11:13 mark. No power play. Rennie against Saharchuk. Rennie wins it. Kraus with it. Plays it ahead to Duval. Duval back to Kraus. Puck shot ahead now to Fry. Fry, blue line. Rick Fry shoots. Blocked, and Rennie gets the rebound. Back up front. Kraus's shot. Blocked again by Dietrich, and it comes up to the right side. The Americans play it down low. Rennie and Dirksen jump on it. Rennie right of the net. Trying to dig it loose in the slot. Duval shot. Goal! Murray Duval!
As all the confusion was going on in front of the net, Murray Duval finds the puck and lets a wrist shot go about 10 feet out. Races right between Dietrich, slays into the net. The Americans take the lead with 8:20 remaining in this third period, 4-3.
No assist on the play as Duval stole a loose puck. And that gives the Americans a 4-3 lead. And you remember all that paper they threw out here?
Yeah.
They had on their seats and stuff?
Yeah, I remember.
It's on the ice now.
Yeah. They make great paper airplanes. Did you see that?
Yeah, I made a pretty good one.
Engineering feat right there.
This is a better place to throw them out of when you get it up over the glass than down in the seat stuff. Face-off at center ice.
You know, Kirk, Murray Duval has been playing such good hustle hockey here tonight. It was just a bound and determined thing to see Murray Duval pop one in the net against his former teammates.
And on the face-off, it will be, and he's been on kind of a, hasn't been hitting the red light here very much of late. He had a February that just didn't count pretty much. But he's starting to hit the lamp now. Face-off won by the Chiefs. Spenrath buries Dragicevic, but Falloon has the puck. Falloon right down the slot. Falloon shoots. No, he's taken out by Kutowicz. And Barnes steals the puck. Here comes Barnes. Barnes straight up the middle with Spenrath left. And LeBrun right. Barnes puts the defense. Shoots! Goal! Dewey went coast to coast on that one. Behind the net. Took it down. Peterman at the Tri-Cities blue line. Came down behind a screen from Spenrath. Into the slot. Put two Spokane defenders. Went out to the right side on the Spokane goalie until he just barely had something to shoot at and then drilled it.
He took it right between Milan Dragicevic and Mike Garlick. Stu Barnes collects his 59th goal of the year. The Americans have increased their lead to 5-3 over the Chiefs.
Barnes' goal also unassisted, and it comes at the 12:02 mark. So the Americans ring the bell twice in 22 seconds. Let's quit with the paper airplanes, okay, folks? Must be a billion of them on the ice, and while they're cleaning up the ice, we'll take time out of this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. Back at the Tri-Cities Coliseum, Kirk Williamson along with Tony Ott. The Americans a little bit embarrassed by the last couple minutes of the second period. The first 5 minutes of the first come out and light the lamp twice in the space of 22 seconds. First Duval unassisted, and then Barnes unassisted. And I want to tell you, Stu Barnes went coast to coast on that one.
He split Milan Dragicevic and Mike Barlage right down the middle, and both of them had their sticks wrapped right around Stu Barnes. Stu Barnes was able
that they both had to go over to where Stu was and get certain parts of their wearing apparel back?
That's exactly. Good way to put that, Kirk. And they went back there, picked up what they had left on the ice, and while they were doing that, Stu was running around dancing and celebrating his 59th goal of the year.
5-3 Tri-Cities leading the Spokane Chiefs. Now Dennis LaRue over talking to the official score.
And we may have a penalty assessed for a delay of game.
Well, we may very well.
For the paper being tossed on the ice.
I would hope that they would issue a warning first, but I don't think that's going to happen. Well, the Americans scored on their 5th power play goal, by the way. They're now 2 for 5.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're assessing a penalty against the fans. And Dennis LaRue has assessed a penalty against the Tri-City American fans.
Yep.
And
well,
Troy Kennedy is going to take the 2-minute penalty.
No. He said if there's any more junk on the ice, he'll throw it. Kennedy and Farrell are still in there serving their coincidental minor.
You're exactly right.
Sorry about that.
No problem. That's what it's all about.
Face-off at center ice will be McNutt against Friesen. Puck back into the Spokane zone. Chiefs with it, rolling. Cross ice right for Haas. Redirected if it went right to Kraus for the Americans. Kraus, Dirksen right side, leading McNutt. Misses. And it's shot back into the Tri-City zone by Dragicevic. Now Dirksen comes out, takes it out, and Dirksen is just clobbered right in front of the Americans' bench by Friesen. Dirksen probably could ask for a mugging call on that one as the puck goes back behind the Tri-Cities net. Friesen's level to wish he hadn't done that. As the pass comes ahead to McNutt, headman pass for Delcourt. Delcourt held up by Lowen. Now Delcourt puts Lowen into the boards, and the puck shot back to center ice. Tri-Cities with a 5-3 lead over the Spokane Chiefs. Up the left side, Kraus. Kraus, headman to Delcourt. Delly couldn't handle a pass, and it'll be a 2-line pass.
I just got this handed to me. An assist on Stu Barnes' goal goes to Olaf Kolzig.
All right.
Ole the goalie.
That's Ole's second assist of the season. Ferland got one as well. So I tell you what, the big kid from Victoria has really been playing well. Interesting that both of the Americans' goaltenders are from Vancouver Island, although Ole is a West German citizen and a native of West Germany. Puck shot in left of the Spokane net. He's actually born in Johannesburg, South Africa. But his parents are West Germans, so is he. Right side goes to Falloon into the Tri-City zone. Puck knocked loose. Falloon tried to center it. Knocked loose by the Americans. Headman pass, LeBrun up the left wing. 3-on-3. LeBrun left side gets around the defense, and it's knocked away. Nice play there by Frank Evans to stick check the puck away. Falloon has it for the Chiefs. Left side, he goes to Barlage. Barlage, blue line, and Fry there to slap the puck away. Chiefs center it right in the slot, but LeBrun there again for the Americans shoots it back to center ice. Back for it is Evans. Barnes trying to steal it from Evans. Barnes takes a whack at it, and Evans puts Barnes right into the Spokane bench. Evans trying to dump Barnes right over the railing, and Barnes will remember that one too. As the puck back into the Tri-City zone. You hear the crowd reacting to it as the Americans on a quick shift change, getting Barnes off the ice. Now the Chiefs with the puck, Whitney, and he's hit by Duval. Knocked down by Duval, and Duval has the puck. Looks for Rennie. Finds Rennie at the blue line. Little hot. Dragicevic breaks up the play. Here come the Chiefs up the right wing. Junker. Junker, blue line. Wheels around, can't shoot it. Loses the puck. The Americans have it. Kwiatkowski goes left to Rennie. Rennie up the left wing. Kwiatkowski right. Rennie crosses with him at the blue line. Shoots. Kwiatkowski jumps in. It's centered. Loose puck right in the slot as the goalie came out. Nobody could get to it. Dirksen has the puck down low for the Americans. Comes back to Junker. Junker for the Chiefs. Brings it up the right side. Goes right now to Booster. Booster gets popped, and Spenrath takes the puck away. Spenrath dropping it into the Spokane zone. Delcourt and Spenrath race after it. Delcourt takes a couple of hits, and Spenrath digs the puck loose. Right side working on Darcy Lowen. Now Spenrath with it. Spenner brings it up front to Kutowitz. Kutowitz down low. Delcourt in the slot, knocked away by the Chiefs. Back to center ice. 5 minutes to play. Tri-Cities 2-goal lead. Here comes Kutowitz. Cutter up the left wing. Kutowitz, blue line, shoots! Knocked away by the Spokane goalie, Dietrich. Back beside the net, Clem. Clem with the puck, lays it off there to Rob Friesen. Friesen cross ice right, looking for Evans. Evans can skate. He brings it up to the blue line. Shoots on goal, blocked by Kolzig. Krause was all over him. Puck comes out right side to Lowen. Lowen takes a big hit from Fry. Puck comes up the wing. A drive taken there by Friesen. And Kolzig makes his save. That one went right between Kolzig's gloves, and now a big scramble along the boards behind the net. Delcourt went in, caught a fist in the face as he got there.
Kirk, at this time, I'd like to do a personal thing and thank the folks at Columbia Cable. This year has been a terrific year, and
they've done a terrific job. They really have.
Some of the guys, Lloyd and Dan and Todd, Eric, Sean, they've done a just tremendous job this year of giving you guys the video on this. And thanks again, Columbia Cable, for a fantastic season.
5-3, Tri-Cities leading the Spokane Chiefs. Crowd yelling, "Ole, ole, ole." Now Kennedy and Farrell have been turned loose again. Face-off will come in the Tri-City zone. It'll be Barnes against Friesen. Friesen has Haas and Lowen with Roland and Evans. For Barnes, LeBrun and Fry with Kennedy or with Krause and Jakes. Big shot taken up front, smothered by LeBrun. Another shot taken this time by Clem. Lost by the Chiefs. They try to stuff it, won't go. Knocked away by Tri-Cities. Jakes cleared it right away. Puck shot back to center ice. Back for it, Roland. Boy, they had Kolzig under some pressure there. Roland brings it through his own zone. Shoots a quick pass. Everybody misses it. Kolzig will come out and play it, and he'll steer it behind the net. Whips it out the right side. Haas tries to break up the pass. And it's shot ahead, comes to Barnes up the left wing. Barnes with it. Pulls up in the slot. Backhand pass for LeBrun. Fry, give and go. But Barnes tied up by Dragicevic. Up front, Jakes. Jakes with the puck. Slides it down to Barnes. Barnes with it. Barnes backhands it to Jakes. Jakes his shot. Put onto the glass by Spokane. Now Haas left it back to center ice. The Americans with a couple of great chances. The puck slides back into the Tri-City zone. Now comes Fry up the left wing for LeBrun, and LeBrun has it knocked away and right up into the crowd.
Well, that one kind of bounced around a little bit. A little hot there.
Looks like 4 or 5 people had a chance at it, but it was spinning. That thing is hard to handle.
Again, last report that we had Portland leading Seattle at the end of 2, and I'm sure they've begun the third period. We'll keep you up to date on that. And last report was 4-2. Portland over Seattle in Seattle. And they've got another 20 minutes or so of hockey, I'd imagine.
3:37 to go in the third period. 5-3 Tri-Cities leading the Spokane Chiefs. Puck is down into center ice. Kennedy and Rennie with it. Now Kennedy has it. Kennedy, headman's Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski losing it there to Frank Evans. Evans loses it right back to Kwiatkowski. Nice check by Kennedy. Kwiatkowski has it up the right wing. Rifles a pass left to Kennedy. Kennedy up the left wing. Cross ice left for Kwiatkowski. The Americans with it. Kolzig is off. On comes Barnes. Kennedy with it. Kennedy has control along the boards. Tries to shoot it back up to Scherstenka, and we get the whistle. As the Americans couldn't retain control on the delayed penalty. Spokane's 6th penalty. High sticking the call. And it'll come at the 16:54 mark. And the faceoff will come in the Spokane zone. Into the penalty box for Spokane is Frank Evans. Let's see if we've got a new score. Terry, why don't you just join us here for a second and see if we do have an updated score on the Portland-Seattle game. Okay, Terry, thanks very much. Our producer-engineer tonight. Face-off in the left circle. Knocked away in the Spokane zone. Lost, and Barnes will have it back for the Americans. Tri-Cities power play. Barnes up to Kutowitz. Right side, Jakes. Jakes down the right side. To LeBron, that drive, and it's just wide of the net. Comes up the left side, now to Kutowitz again. Cutter goes down low to Barnes. Barnes will lose it to Dragicevic, but Spenrath there to play it back to Barnes. Barnes down to Spenrath, right of the net. Spenrath tries to wrap around, gets a screen from LeBron, can't do it. Back up front now to Jakes. Jakes left, Kutowitz. Cutter a drive, and it's redirected wide of the net. Back up front, it'll be iced by Spokane. Barrels slapping at the length of the ice. Kolzig comes out. Kolzig playing it off the boards to Barnes. Whoops, Barnes overskated it. Chiefs have it, but it's saved by the Americans. No, here comes Lowen in the slot. Lowen trying to get a shot away on LeBron. He does, and it's saved by Kolzig. Kolzig goes upside down and makes the save.
Well, I tell you what.
The last one was made right with the end of his tailbone.
That's exactly right. Darcy Lowen going in and trying to shove it right past Olaf Kolzig. Ole gets down on his knees, and he was bent over upside down on top of his head, any way you'd like to call it. But the main thing is it did not cross that red line and turn on that lamp, and it is still the Tri-City Americans 5, the Spokane Chiefs 3, with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in this third period.
Well, incidentally, in case you were wondering, the red light is not turned on automatically. It is turned on by a goal judge who sits directly behind the net at both ends of the arena. Has basically a little light switch there. Face-off, left circle. Darcy Lowen on the face-off, probably against McNutt.
Looks like there's going to be a timeout called.
And there is, with 2:16 to go. The Americans leading 5-3. We'll be back on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. And it's getting more interesting up in the Seattle Center Arena.
Just an update come in. 4-4, folks. Tied 4-4 in Seattle. And that is about 5 minutes into the third period. Again, Portland 4, Seattle 4, with the third period just beginning.
5-3 Tri-Cities. If the Americans win tonight and Seattle wins, the Americans would retain their 3-point lead over Seattle and still could be in charge of their own destiny. Face-off, won by McNutt, left circle. But Spokane, Clem jumps in on top of it, and they'll freeze it along the boards as Delcourt tries to kick it loose and can't. 2:07 to go in the final period here at Tri-Cities Coliseum. The Americans will board the bus tonight, along with about 135 Americans fans who will be headed over the mountain and to Victoria tomorrow night to take on the Tri-City, or take on the Victoria Cougars. McNutt on a face-off against Hawes. McNutt goes, Rennie comes in. Hawes wins the draw, but McNutt slaps it back to center ice. Farrell with it. Farrell back in his own zone. Farrell has it stolen away by McNutt. Shot into the Tri-City zone, but Dirk's in there. Cross ice left, Duval. Murray Duval. Head man pass for McNutt. McNutt losing it right against the boards. McNutt taking a big hit there, and he almost nailed the linesman. Puck goes into the Spokane zone. Chiefs rip it out along the boards. Here comes Hawes. Hawes breakaway. Hawes starts in on Kolzig, shoots, and he misses everything. Puck goes all the way around up the right side. It was a nice play to Hawes up the right wing boards. Now Delcourt takes it in deep. Tries to center, and it's knocked away, and the goalie, Dietrich, almost fumbled it right into the net again on that left post.
Well, I tell you what, here's a little bit of a scenario for you. If Seattle ends up tying Portland tonight, the Americans win, they'll be 4 points ahead. 2 games remaining. The Americans would have clinched at least a tie. And here's how they work it, folks, on the tie. They go straight to the, if the fourth place, you have to have a playoff game. The way that they'd have it in the arena with the home team would have the best record. So the Americans would have
shot, score! Troy Kennedy! Oh, my! Kennedy on the face-off takes 2 steps toward the net, right on the top shelf. It hit the crossbar and went in. Now, folks, don't be throwing stuff on the ice. One paper airplane went over. Kolzig went and grabbed it quick. And Troy Kennedy on the face-off. That's an unassisted goal. The Americans have 3 of them tonight. And it comes at the 18:34 mark.
And that's Troy Kennedy's 46th tally of the season. The Americans now extend their lead to 6-3 with 1:26 remaining in this hockey game, Kurt.
Minute 26 to go. 6-3 Tri-Cities. Puck back into the Spokane zone. Dragicevic cross ice for Falloon. And it's knocked away by Kraus. Falloon steals it away from Kraus, but he loses it to Kutowitz. Back out to the blue line. Dragicevic keeping it in, but the Americans have it. 6-3 Tri-Cities. A minute to play. Up the left wing now. Into the Spokane zone. Dragicevic with it. Cross ice left Roland. Roland with the puck. Goes cross ice to Falloon. He lays it off there to Green. A minute to play. Stolen by Kennedy. Now Roland steps in. Roland right wing drives. And he puts it way up into the crowd. As it was smothered up front by Kraus. And directed way up into the crowd. Right now in Seattle, a 4-4 tie. You just heard the crowd react to the announcement made by Tom Latham.
Again, as I was explaining, if they end up in a tie, they have to have a playoff for that 4th and final spot. The home team would be the team that has the best win-loss record. And right now, that would be the Tri-City Americans.
Oh, my. I could live without that. Face-off. Right circle, Tri-City zone. Knocked out of there by Jakes. Tried to head man it to Delcourt. It won't go. And Spokane will play it. Left beside the net, Dietrich leaves it there for Barlage. Barlage looking it over as he starts the breakout play. Barlage comes up the left wing. Shot into the Tri-City zone, and Kolzig slaps it away. Kennedy's goal, incidentally, was a power play goal. As the puck wrapped around in center ice, finally dumped in by the Chiefs, gloved by Jakes, and Jakes will play it back out to center ice. Kwiatkowski jumps on it. Headman pass for Delcourt. Delcourt, right circle. 10 seconds to go. Delcourt shoots it out into the slot. Hooks away. Rebound. Rock. Peter put it in. No, it wouldn't go. Up to the left side. Puck center for Rock again. Rock shot. Rock. As time runs out. Colin Rock getting a backhanded shot. Wouldn't go, and the Tri-City Americans win it by a score of 6-3. Americans power play 3 for 6 on the night, Tony.
Well, now all we have to wait and see is what the final outcome comes from Seattle. And I'm sure during the post-game show we'll keep you up to date on that. It's been a great game. It's been a great season here in the Coliseum as far as the regular season goes, Kurt. It's been a lot of fun.
Indeed. Remember that playoff tickets will go on sale starting Monday at 9 a.m. Season ticket holders, though, will have a little head start. They'll be able to purchase seats Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Actually, tickets go on sale Sunday at 9 a.m. Sales to the general public will begin on Thursday. Game dates are yet to be determined, although the preliminary indication is that it would be Thursday the 23rd. There are buses planned. If you'd like to go, give us a call at 783-8448. Sean LeBrun will be our guest in the penalty box tonight. Immediately following tonight's game, that's the final Tri-City Americans home game of the 1988-89 season. The team staying on the ice, getting a great hand. It will be back with the post-game show coming right up.
Just got lucky. The puck came out, and I popped her in there.
For a 16-year-old, the Spokane goalie played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, he played pretty well at times. He was a little shaky at times, too. You could tell he was young, and it was his first game, though.
Yeah, he came out of Junior B, which is, what, 2 levels below this level of hockey, or 3, something like that?
Yeah, it's 2 levels below. In Canada, they compare him with another league, midget hockey, too, but it's 2 levels below.
Murray, the Americans seem to be rocking along pretty well. Shut out Portland last Wednesday, and in a game that really I thought the Americans controlled almost the whole way. Really got some momentum started going your way.
Yeah, we got coming into the game today. We were kind of loose, though. it showed after the first 2 periods. We really didn't come out and take it to them, and then in the third we just got together in the dressing room and got her going, and we took it to them in the third.
You've been playing a lot at the blue line. It gives the Americans some puck handling back there that maybe wasn't there a little bit earlier in the season. Is that someplace you're comfortable?
I played a lot of it last season too when I was with Spokane. It was more 50-50. This year it's been a little more than 50-50, but I can't complain as long as I'm playing. I don't mind at all wherever I play.
How about you're a draft pick of the New York Rangers. Do they want you there?
Well, I've been keeping in touch with them. They've been coming out once in a while, talking to them. Not much feedback. Maybe go to the minor league team at the end of the season, or if
all depends, right?
It all depends on what happens. Yeah.
You went to Rangers camp last summer. What did you think? Oh,
it was great. Guy Lafleur, played on his line. My idol all through hockey. It was.
Well, now Guy Lafleur is you know, he's getting up there in years. He's almost as old as I am. And in fact, I remember when I was just about your age and Guy Lafleur broke into the league, just to give you an idea. Must have been a real thrill. Oh, it was great. I mean, I can remember sitting in front of the TV when I was younger and watching him streak down the wing and take a shot and score. It's just a great feeling to play hockey with him. And now he's doing great with the Rangers this season too. So everybody said he couldn't make a comeback, but he certainly has. Did he talk about that much in camp? Actually, he was pretty quiet. There was always fans around him and whatnot. We were in Quebec for camp, and that's his native land. And he was always being mobbed. I never really got a chance to talk to him. Just played with him on the ice, and that was about it. Do you expect to go back to camp this summer? Oh yeah, I expect to go back. Hopefully, I would like to get a contract going. Who knows? Yeah, they got a little bit more time to offer you a contract, right? Till June, right? Yeah, they got till June to offer a contract, and if they offer, that'd be great. Murray, going into the last 2 games of the regular season, Victoria and Seattle. That's Victoria is an interesting place to play. It's much different than here, and with a big crowd of Americans fans up there, you guys ought to be able to really come out and fly. Oh yeah, I think we'll have as many fans there as they will. Actually, it's a pretty quiet barn. Hopefully, we'll be able to come out and storm and take it to them. Tri-City Americans, Murray Duval. And we'll be back in 1 minute on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast. Back at Tri-Cities Coliseum, I'm Kirk Williamson, joined now by Tri-City Americans number 19, Terry Degner, who made his first appearance in an Americans uniform tonight. The young man from St. Albert, Alberta, just outside of Edmonton. Terry, must have felt pretty good to get into the Tri-Cities Coliseum and get on the ice.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I was really impressed when I seen it. Fans are just great down here. It's a big change from down in Canada.
You're playing at St. Albert, which is a Tier 2 team just outside of Edmonton. What's average attendance for you?
We only get about maybe 200, 300 fans. On a really good night, maybe 1,000 in a playoff game.
So it's quite a difference from here. You're known as a goal scorer in St. Albert, right?
Yeah, I had a really good year. I was top scorer in the league, so you know, it opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and that's kind of why I'm down here, I guess.
Is that the role the Americans want you to play? They want you to be looking at that net?
Yeah, definitely. They've, you know, had some trouble scoring goals. They're considered a defensive team. They've got a lot of big, tough forwards, so I want to come in here and score a few goals and see what happens.
Feel pretty good on the ice tonight here in the Coliseum?
Oh yeah, just great. The fans are just great. Just pump you up, and you can't play bad and something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you play bad, it gets real bad in a hurry, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. But just the fans, you know, just get you so pumped up. It's just great.
Terry Degner on our post-game show. Terry, good to have you with us, and good luck as a Tri-City American.
Thank you. Thanks.
And we'll be back to wrap it up on our Tri-City Americans post-game show in 1 minute. Well, the Tri-City Americans will retain their 3-point lead over Seattle. The score now in Seattle with about 20 seconds to play is 6-4. The Portland Winterhawks trailing the Seattle Thunderbirds. So with about 20 seconds to go at Seattle Center Arena. We'll wrap it up from the Tri-Cities Coliseum, our last home game. And I'm going to do something that I've been threatening to do all night. Come on, Van Winkle, out from behind the camera. Eric. Yeah. Mostly our lead cameraman on the telecast all year long. This guy has done a super job. If we stand right here, can the camera still see us? Okay, Eric Van Winkle. And you ever done hockey on television before?
Nobody on our crew's ever. We've done some live sports and some other taped events, but we never have done hockey.
You guys have just done a superb job. And to be congratulated for a cameraman, that's a difficult sport to do.
I tell you, it was a real learning experience the first 3 or 4 weeks there, but everybody seemed to catch on real fast, and we really have enjoyed the opportunity. I tell you, it's been great.
You're probably like me, you've just had way too much fun.
Oh, I tell you, we'll look forward to next year and playoffs. I hope that they'll stick with it and go.
Eric Van Winkle, our chief cameraman on the broadcast. Final score once again, the Americans beating the Spokane Chiefs 6-3 from Tri-Cities Coliseum. For all of us that have been involved in the broadcast all year long, thanks very much for listening and watching, and good night on this Tri-Cities Radio Americans hockey broadcast.